Fight, sir! Fight!
Watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Why can't you? Why can't you? I did this. Why can't you?
Quiet in the chambers, please. Quiet in the chambers.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to an extremely disgusted fucking episode of The Headliners. What's up? I'm Mikey Tim, and I'm not in the mood for your play today, sir.
Yeah, he wasn't in the mood for my whispering in his ear either, so.
You know I have hearing damage, right?
Who doesn't?
You know I was in a metal band that practiced in a storage space with aluminum walls.
I listen to music too loud.
Okay. Now it's a race to the bottom because Tim has to one-up me.
I've been to metal concerts. I know what it's like.
You weren't in the fucking band practicing every week. You didn't go to concerts 3 times a week.
Which ear is the worst ear? Because my mom also has a hearing damage from playing music. Right. Yeah.
My left is my good ear.
The good ear.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron, for your fucking China symbol. Fucking destroyed my right eardrum. I just hear the sweet whispers of static every night when I try to fall asleep.
Mikey, we're old. It's all going to go at some point.
It's been like this since I was like 28.
Well, you listen to music too loud. I don't know what to tell you.
I've had headphones for thousands of years. The fucking drum set's way louder than any fucking headphones you've ever had. Promise.
You kids and your loud rock and roll music.
Jesus. You mean changing the fucking landscape of metalcore in Chicago forever?
I don't
fucking toot my own horn, but one of like 5 black metal performers right here in front of you in the Chicagoland area. One of like maybe 5.
What kind of metal?
Metalcore and screamo. Post-hardcore. Yeah. That kind of cool chaos chordy, screamy metal shit.
Yeah. The stuff where people who don't know are like, I can't even understand the lyrics of what they're talking about.
Yeah, you should buy our album and then get the lyrics that are in the little booklet. There you go. Buy that shit and then you'll understand. Or listen.
Go to the concert.
Oh, actually, I found the best modern, because there's modern subgenres. I think the best one that would fit would be swancore.
Swancore?
Mm-hmm. Like Chiodos. You ever heard of Chiodos? Anybody ever heard of Chiodos out there? It's like tenor, high male vocals, but also screams and breakdowns and shit like that.
Okay.
Like a beautiful swan.
My appreciation of metal is a little bit everything. A little bit everything. Mostly like 90s and early 2000s, but there are some good metal bands out there currently.
There's it's weird because there's so many good acts out there, and it's just like impossible for them to get up on a stage because there's like no stages anymore. Here's your fucking local concerts, like 4 every weekend, and you had to like kind of like pick. All right, can we do 2 this week? Oh yeah, this one starts early, that one starts late. Yeah, that is not a thing. Like you can't spend $15 and go support local music anymore.
That's true. Even the bands that like used to come around here, the venues are gone. Like the tiny venues are gone.
Yeah,
we have like one.
I will remember.
Speaking of musics and concerts and whatnot, did you hear that all the rock bands backed out of Kid Rock's rock festival? He was doing a rock and country music rock festival, and like I think it was like Seether and a few other bands were like, no, we're not doing that anymore.
They tried to get Ludacris for the halftime thing, and he was like, okay. And then everyone's like, fuck you, Ludacris. He's like, never mind.
Let me see. What were the bands that? Because he had a bunch of. It was supposed to be like a rock concert and a country concert, and a bunch of bands backed out. What were the bands? Just tell me what the bands were that backed out. I don't really care about Kid Rock's actual concert. It doesn't matter.
You love it.
Kid Rock Festival cancels several tour dates after artists drop out. Here we go. Shinedown dropped out. Seether dropped out.
Damn right. I saved your link, McKinnon, to my watch later. Can't listen to it now because it might show up on the stream.
Oh yeah, it might show up on the stream.
And then we'll get in trouble. Okay. Real quick housekeeping. Hello to everyone on the vertical feed. The chat from vertical and landscape comes through to us, but you get a lot more functionality. Like you can rewind if you didn't hear what we said. If you click the little logo on the bottom left, go over to the main one, hit the subscribe button, maybe like, and then I think it gets clearer after you do those steps. So if you want a better view, click the little logo, go to the big one, turn your phone sideways, and you can still interact or chat. Most of the chatters that are not trolls will be in the landscape one. So if you're actually interested in talking to people who are pretty smart and pretty interesting and about to be welcomed in by me and Tim as I get the buttons ready, yes, come on over, Rover.
That's not true. I listen to Limp Bizkit while I make food.
What a turnaround, right? Limp Bizkit has become like the woke dads of rock and roll. And motherfucking Kid Rock is like, my name is Boo Lick.
Come on, you can't not hear break stuff and not want to like fucking run around and break stuff.
I just don't know why he raps like this. Every little thing that he says like this. Like Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Like if Bullwinkle had a rap career, Fred Durst would sound exactly the same without trying.
I realized, somewhat music related, I realized how many Rage Against the Machine songs I actually know, and like it's kind of crazy.
Bro,
like,
they are part of our nostalgia. Like they are the Beatles of our nostalgia, whether people accept it or not. It just objectively is. The Battle for Los Angeles went so fucking hard.
Yo, Battle for Los Angeles is like one of the great albums.
Yeah. It's just, but then I'll be like, and then like I play guitar and stuff like that. People are like, oh, that's not why don't you play black people music? Hello, Tom Morello, Guitar Wizard / Jimi Hendrix, and I don't know, the motherfucking king of rock and roll, Chuck Berry. Like, what are we talking about? Little Richard, what are we talking about? Y'all are in my fucking genre. Fuck out of here.
Prince.
Yeah. The Prince.
The Prince.
The Prince of the Minnesota Lakes. Y'all lucky Prince ain't alive. Oh, if Prince would have showed up.
Oh, man.
Collective purple rain on these fools. And then it would have just been a horde of women just fucking flushing ice right out of here.
Prince and Bowie. All right, Mikey doesn't like David Bowie. Got it.
If you can't say something nice.
Mikey doesn't like David Bowie. Got it.
I just don't have anything nice to say about him. I think he's a great actor. I loved him in The Prestige when he played Tesla. That was amazing. One of my favorites. But I'm not going to listen to this all day. That's not oh, and the Labyrinth.
Oh yes, the Labyrinth. You know, people always forget about the Labyrinth.
Ludo, smell bad. I do that with Kara, but she's never seen the Labyrinth. I do that to her feet.
The Labyrinth might be not appropriate for.
Oh, I have fucking trauma from watching that movie too early. The little red dudes in the swamp, the fire swamp. Let's take off her head. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Did he just say the puppets are taking heads? They take heads in this?
Yeah, no, the Labyrinth is not.
Cookie Monster? You would never, right?
It was made in a time when kids' movies were not entirely appropriate for kids.
Look at my bulge, Jennifer Connelly. I don't want to.
Oh. Anyway, let's hear. I'll hit the buttons. You say the people.
Oh, I was literally waiting for you to read the people.
Oh,
I've had my finger on the button this whole time I called out.
Fine.
I pointed up and I was like, throw the ball, and you just said bounce, bounce.
Yep.
Bounce.
Ollie from an hour before the show started.
Guys, that shit just pisses me off, man. Okay.
Hi, Ollie.
Is Lost Missionary Scott?
Yes. Oh, okay. Scott, I received your message, and I think I have to talk to my partner here off air, but it is at this point just a how to accomplish what you've asked for. We are thinking about it, but it's just like, which way is the easiest way to tell that story? But yes, it's coming.
Oh, are you talking about our hats that are coming, our merch hats?
No.
The Bin Podcast. Who the fuck is that?
I'm talking to you.
Chrissy.
Fettuccine.
Oh, sorry.
And the enemy is the oligarchy.
As.
Oh, wait. Cortez.
Boring, Huey.
Person impersonator.
In my time, you don't get to talk.
Lumber is at a 5-year low, Congresswoman.
Reclaiming my time.
Let's just have
time.
McKinnon. Shame. Shame.
McKinnon has decided that his character in our D&D game is just going to set every single door that he can find on fire.
No, you know what he is? He's Tim. He's Tim and Delta Green.
We got Ellie.
Fighting, aren't they?
You don't want this smoke?
Yeah, nobody wants to smoke with Elle. Not with us around.
Gina.
Oh wait, where was Gina's? What did we say was Gina's?
Was it the fucking thing sucks?
No, that was Allie. Oh man, I don't remember.
I'm full, but I can't pass up this great opportunity.
We Shaza.
Okay, dumb question. You were really battling under.
Diz.
This is sick shit.
We're gonna talk all about Bondi.
Yep.
All about Bondo, the fucking dinged up front end that we have to fucking have as a DOJ.
Wall to wall, Pam Bondi, line of Congress. Tim Ballum.
Oh, this is it.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
The Dark Lord Greg.
Fuck the hell off.
I think it's even better with the
and then fuck the hell off.
And then fuck the hell off.
Or Adam.
I think that's all the people.
Read history. You learn from history.
Oh, and before we forget, there is this.
It's Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow them.
Like that.
See, the Canadians love us.
At least 3 of them.
At least 3 to 5 Canadians, depending on the day. Does Neil love us? I hope Neil loves us.
Neil loves us. Neil loves everyone.
So we got Charlie Angus and Neil and Ollie.
No. Simply Secular Dave. Ollie does not love us. Ollie hates
Simply
us.
Secular.
I didn't count Ollie in the total.
Okay. I was counting Ollie as like the 3 to 5. I wasn't sure.
The way the survey is, it's like hot or cold. So there's no medium satisfied. It's either highly satisfied or highly dissatisfied. We're in the dissatisfied category with Ollie.
Yeah, well, from the way he plays role-playing games, I would assume so, yes.
Listen, from Chrissy, Trump news, U.S. Antitrust Chief Gail Slater ousted from Trump Justice Department. Yeah, because Pam Bondi is too... If only we could find something she did wrong.
If only Pam Bondi did anything wrong.
Boy was enlightened, but if honest, he couldn't sing for toffee. I'm just saying, like, it's... I get that people... Like, I have no idea how Madonna has more money than me based on singing skill.
Yeah, I was never a Madonna.
Some people are just stars, right? And their musical talent isn't the most important thing. But I'm like a classically trained musician who like is you want to talk about snob. Like I'll stop listening to shit because their mix is bad. Like the production needs to be on point or else I'm going to be bitching about that. So,
you know,
I got to listen to the new J. Cole album, by the way.
Speaking of artists that like you don't get or whatever, have you ever like been against an artist and then you listen to the music and they're like, oh, I get it?
No,
like you've never like an artist has never turned you around.
I've never flipped on anybody because I'm very I love to listen to music. It's pretty much all day. I have my headphones or something playing, so I'm open to a lot of shit. But I'm also like, if there's shortcuts or gimmicks or anything corny or cheesy, like Weird Al, I could never listen to a Weird Al like album.
Oh, I'm a Weird Al fan. I've been to a concert.
See, it's that to me is objectively bad, especially when like everything's like not a real cover, but like a spoof. Like that, like if anyone spoofed my music, I'd be like highly offended. Like when him and Coolio had beef, I was 100% on Coolio's side.
I was on Coolio's side, man. He did that. Coolio told him no, and he did it anyway.
Said, please don't do that. He's like, oh, well, I didn't get the message. Like, oh, so you pulled the song down then, right? He's like, well, no, I already shot the music video. It's like, okay. Well, then what the fuck are we talking about here? You're just going to appropriate our shit.
He's done that to a few artists.
I don't think it's okay to just appropriate somebody's shit, even if they say no. And he's like, well, I'm doing it. Oh. Well, then I just don't respect you then. And I'll just not, I'll just shit talk you forever.
Scott says Eminem. Eminem has both gotten me to like and dislike his music at the same time. I've always liked him.
He was nasty. When he came out on that, nowadays everybody would have thought that they got something. I was like, okay, who the hell is this?
Yeah. Oh, what is the name of the song? Rap God?
Oh, Rap God is dope.
Yeah. I think that's the song that put me back onto his music, but for a while I was like, he's not generally my vibe.
Go crazy. Well, like as hard and as like tough as his veneer is, he's kind of fucking goofy as shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's cleaned up a lot of his language because there's a lot of F slurs and a lot of that kind of stuff. He's kind of matured with us. I think that's rare for artists. Kid Rock is incapable. And also, do you know what the versus competitions are? Probably not. You are a white person and a white person in Connecticut. It's just a fact, Tim. The fact that you don't know what this is already has already revealed.
You didn't even let me answer. Sir, I would like to reclaim my time.
Reclaim your time. The time belongs to the senator.
First of all, you didn't let me answer it. I want to answer the way that I want to answer.
I hate you. I hate you.
I'll answer the question however I want. What was the question?
Thank you for your question, Senator.
Thank you for your question, Senator. No, I've never heard of that. But you assuming that I'm white and live in New England and I don't know that is racist.
And accurate. And it wouldn't be racist, it would be prejudiced, but I'm right. I made a prejudgment and I was bang on the money. So the verses on the end. What like two artists like Nelly.
Fuck the hell off.
Who did Nelly go up against? Nelly and Ludacris. So what they would do, there's like on a stage, or I think they did theirs during COVID. So they were on like a live stream thing and it's streamed out to Instagram. And it's two people's like careers and they go hit for hit. Like I had this song and I had that song and there's 10 rounds. And then whoever has the most rounds at the end wins the versus battle. That's versus. So several rappers have done it already.
So they like tell their Wikipedias at each other or they actually do the songs?
Well, it's for the online one, they just kind of more or less played it. It's like, oh yeah, that's a real good one, man. I like that song. But do you remember this from '94? And everyone goes, oh, and it's like a big, it's remember this song, remember that song. But at the end of it, well, before the event happens, everyone debates and argues about, oh, well, so-and-so would beat the hell out of so-and-so. Like, oh, Nas versus Jay-Z. Jay-Z's telling him, look at the hits that Jay-Z has and then what Nas. So it's just a fun subculture thing to do. So Eminem and Kid Rock should have a versus battle. And Kid Rock can take his 2 songs that ever popped and bring those to the battle. And M can bring his 90 Grammys or whatever the fuck he has to the battle. And they can have that fight.
Kid Rock had like 2 rock songs that like peaked. And then the rest of it was country. He had like 4 or 5 country songs.
I mean, I don't know how anyone.
Why doesn't he call himself fucking old country at this point? Because he's not a kid and he doesn't really do rock.
He could be SeaWorld Barrel. That's where he's gonna be performing at. Like, coming now to your local Cracker Barrel, Kid Rock will be bringing out your entrees. I'm surprised he didn't come out with the full Confederate flag suit like he wanted to.
He could have.
He wanted to.
They didn't want it to be too on the nose.
I'm surprised. Sounds shocking.
I think we're stalling because we don't want to watch this, but you got it.
Oh.
Quiet in the chambers, please. Quiet in the chambers.
So these are clips from Pam Bondi's testimony to the House Oversight Committee yesterday. The committee is chaired by Jim Jordan. The ranking member is, I believe, Jerry Nadler on the Democrat side. And boy,
Raskin.
I thought it was Jerry Nadler as the ranking member.
Well, the ranking one does the speech in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It was Raskin, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Nadler was sitting right next to him, but
old white Democrats, they're interchangeable.
Well, how dare you say I'm from New York? I'm from DC, which is South New York.
Your data, dumbass.
I'm from the South Side of New York, aka.
Oh, did you? Everyone in the chat, did you like the screen grab that I got for the thumbnail? It's hilarious. Anyway, Pam Bondi.
Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
There's so many of them.
She is just angry and she doesn't know what she's talking about. So we'll let her talk.
I'm going to show you 2 photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed.
Oh, quick question in the chat from Chris C. For us Brits, what the heck is a ranking member? So in House and Senate committees, the ranking member is the highest of the minority party. Is the most senior member of the minority party on the committee. So there's the chairman who runs the committee, and then the ranking member sort of runs it with him, but they don't have as much power as the chairman. They just are the most senior, in this case, the most senior Democrat in the committee. And if the House were to ever flip from Republican control to Democratic control, the ranking members would be the chairman, as long as they voted for those people to be chair.
You are allowed to redact photos
down here
to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
She already
We have now
has
established
no idea.
that we, please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex
Ted Lieu.
trafficking victim. Under the federal
Yo,
Victims
Ted Lieu riled her
Trafficking
up.
Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients like former Prince Andrew. Last July,
Pull up in the
you
chat.
closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos Please put the photos back up. These two photos
Funny,
staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney
here
General.
We go.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden,
This is the part that Pam Bondi was not expecting.
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that?
Trump. I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man.
Because the answer is no. What the
who is
fuck?
all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video.
Mute. We can't play that. They're gonna. That's what the video that they're showing is Trump. That one where he's doing this kind of shit and playing
where he's talking
to
to
Epstein.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage
like a
girls
rave.
at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is
Anytime.
so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump
Wild
has done.
deflecting.
There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most
I don't know that.
presidency.
Whoa,
He's the
I don't
one
know
who
that.
asked those
I'm not
guys
testifying
my
to
time.
that.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Chairman, please
I'd like
stop
to
the clock.
take my time.
Stop
sign
the clock.
the legislation. This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to take my
ridiculous.
time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from
Okay.
California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse
Don't
me
you
of a
ever.
crime.
You just lied under oath.
You just lied
And
under oath,
this is all
lady.
on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell. So should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you if you had any after this hearing.
Look at how smug she is.
Has expired.
May I respond?
No.
Now you respond.
Hold
No.
on.
I did
No.
respond. He doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to
to.
talk.
So last night, because I hate myself and my family, I watched all 4.5 hours of this. All of it from I skipped Jim Jordan in the beginning, and I because he's just so annoying. And like everything that they're talking about, like, so a large part of what Bondi had to say, because she never answered any questions about Epstein at all, not even close, not even once. And she is just, I mean, she's just reading from a binder where she's like, and this crime is down this much, and this crime is down this much. How the hell do we know you're telling the truth?
Right.
Because, you know, I was thinking about like, okay, I'll just fact check her. And I was like, oh shit, I can't go to the fucking DOJ website anymore. Because they took down the report from 2024. They pulled it. So it's like, okay, where can I even get this data? And it's like, okay, so now I just can't trust anything out of the DOJ because they've shown that they are completely willing to put their thumb on the scale, bit my tongue, put the thumb on the scale just to make sure that Trump can have a talking point. And again, they're like talking about this crime is down and this crime is down and all this crime is down. Right. So you're saying crime in major cities is down with the blue mayors? So the blue mayors are, and this is just unfortunate, and this is politics, but the blue mayors are the ones that are reducing crime and violence in their cities through all different sorts of means and programs and spending mostly. And now Trump and his Barbie of the week, Bondi, is just going to walk in and claim credit for it.
Yeah.
It's because of me that all the crime is down. Has nothing to do with what these Mayor Johnson, Mayor Bass, all these different elected officials who've actually been putting in the fucking legwork over the last 15, 20 years. And then here she comes. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. Interesting.
Yeah. And well, the other crazy thing is I heard a good portion of this too, driving to and from work yesterday. And the crazy part is that, like, you know, the Democrats will be like, well, you need to answer this question, you need to answer that question. She deflects. And then the Republicans, we'll see this later. The Republicans, when it's their turn, they'll be like, you know, Attorney General Bondi, do you want to say something? And then she'll just spout off nonsense.
So of their 5 minutes, they'll give her like 3 minutes, and then use the last minute and a half to fucking glaze Trump and say, you guys are doing so good. And last 30 seconds, if there's anything else you want to add. Like, it's so performative and fake.
Yeah.
And if you motherfuckers out there in MAGA, I'm telling you, if any of your representatives were up there fucking glazing Trump instead of figuring out what the fuck happened with these Epstein files, this is the one time that your representative got in front of the attorney general and they didn't ask one fucking question about fucking congressional switchboard number at the bottom, 202-224-3121. You need to give them a fucking earful.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy that you went up there and you just let her lie. You didn't hold her feet to the fire at all. And I'm sorry, I thought MAGA ran on releasing the Epstein files and locking up whoever the fuck is in there. That was the one thing you got Democrats on board with, and you won't do that. The one thing we agreed on was that the people in the files need to go down.
Yep.
Pam Bondi said there are no files. And then she said they're on my desk. And then she said, they only gave us 30 days. Bitch, you said you was done.
You took 75, by the way.
She said she was finished.
If you only had 30 days and then you took 75 and you only put out half of the files and the rest of them, she said, were duplicitous. Like,
so
all right, well, then
that should be easy.
Put it out then. If they're all the same, then what's the harm?
How's she know they're all the same? Did she go through all 3 million fucking files?
I don't know. I think this is later on in the clip, but someone asked her, like, who if someone fucked up a redaction, like, can you find out who it is? And
let's talk about your constituents.
Right.
Friends.
Boy.
I did not ask a crime in California. He does not want to talk about.
I did not ask a crime
in his state.
I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman, and welcome Attorney General Bondi.
Oh, you were right.
You've got the best lawyer's job in America because your mission is justice and your clients are the American people. But to promote justice for the people, you've got to listen to the victims, like the women seated behind you today. Those are just some of the hundreds of survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's global sex trafficking ring who are demanding that the truth be told and are demanding accountability for the abusers who trafficked and raped them. You still haven't met with these survivors. So with their permission, let me introduce to you the survivors and late survivors' family members who are present today. There's Teresa Helm. There's Jess
Suspiciously silent.
Laura Bloom McGee, Danny Bensky, Liz Stein, Marina Lacerda, Sky and Amanda Roberts, who are the family of the late Virginia Giuffre, Charlene Richard, and Lisa Phillips. Now, you're not showing a lot of interest in the victims, Madam Attorney General, whether it's Epstein's human trafficking ring or the homicidal governmental violence against citizens in Minneapolis. As Attorney General, you're siding with the perpetrators and you're ignoring the victims. That will be your legacy unless you act quickly to change course. You're running a massive Epstein cover-up.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
You've been ordered by subpoena.
You're goddamn right, I did.
To turn over 6 million documents, photographs, and videos in the Epstein files, but you've turned over only 3 million. You say you're not turning over the other 3 million because they're somehow duplicative, but we know that there are actual memos of victim statements in there. And you also took down the Department of Justice's prosecution memo from 2019. So it's clearly not all duplicative, but even if it were,
being
why
versus
not release
condition?
it? Just release all the
Mostly
duplicative
the
stuff.
same.
In the half you did produce,
I can't accurately describe a difference.
Names of abusers, enablers, accomplices, and co-conspirators, apparently to spare them embarrassment and disgrace, which is the exact opposite of what the law ordered you to do.
So hold on, Tim.
Even
I'm gonna jump
shut
in here. I have timestamps from the AP stream of this, if you want to grab that, because like I get that they made their little thing. Jamie Raskin is not the interesting part here, though.
Well, there is an interesting part when she gets the speech.
The brutal killing in Minneapolis of Renee Good, a poet and 37-year-old mother of 3.
I get no offense to Jamie Raskin, but
paramilitary ICE agents, you shut it down.
Man, the printing shops must have been crazy yesterday.
Man, we really need to fucking set up
crazy.
Tim, all right, new idea. What if we turn the food truck into a print truck?
Just park it outside the Capitol building.
They'd have to run out. I need this big. Gotcha.
Clerk for Justice Scalia, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme. Her top assistant, Hagen Stein, an Iraqi war vet and 2-time Bronze Star recipient who clerked for Chief Justice Roberts, and then Judge Kavanaugh, promptly resigned too.
Hello.
Sorry, I was trying to seek a good spot in the video. Tim Ballum, £2 British. The federal case notes haven't been released.
No. What a lot of the representatives that went into this SCIF so that they could review the unredacted files, what they found was they were already redacted inside the unredacted computer because the FBI redacted them.
Yeah.
The FBI is under the DOJ. The DOJ and the FBI are responsible for unredacting the goddamn files. But looks like Cashew Patel decided to fucking not do it. We've got 1,000 agents working on this. Yeah. And they all did it wrong. So guess what? You did it. You get to do it again and do it right this time. Or just get out of the way.
Yeah. Or just like fucking get out of the way.
Just move.
Accept that. This isn't a game. In the Senate, you brought something with you called a burn book, a binder of smears to attack members
she's got right there
for doing the people's work of oversight.
Right here, that's what that
Please
is.
set the burn book aside and answer our questions. And when you hear us reclaim our time, that means it's time for you to stop speaking. We only have 5 minutes, so when we reclaim our time, that means
it's too hard for her, man.
And if you don't, we will ask the chair to stop the clock and let you.
Yeah. Oh man. Did you see that the Eric Swalwell part is pretty interesting?
In 2018, Adam Schiff and I had our cell phone records and email records combed through, not by you, but a different Department of Justice under the president. It was in retaliation for our role in the Russia interference campaign. An Inspector General report would find this improper and that the predicate for it was absurd. In 2020, after sitting on 2 committees that were a part of the president's first impeachment, an FBI agent leaked my cooperation in a national security case where my campaign was targeted. The president's FBI senior leadership authorized 2 statements to the press that said I was never suspected of wrongdoing and only helped the investigation. But that didn't stop the death threats or my GOP colleagues from referring me to an ethics investigation where Kevin McCarthy's chairman on the ethics committee would find the same thing as the FBI. Our current FBI director would then write a book called Government Gangsters and then identify a long list of enemies. About a quarter of them have been either investigated or indicted. he listed me at the very top along with Adam Schiff, and during that same testimony refused to recuse himself when asked if he would recuse if any case came across his desk involving me or people on that list. Since that testimony, his department has put me under investigation with Senator and Schiff for the nonsense mortgage fraud cases that we've seen. I get it. This is what the president does. I've priced it in. We have a bingo card at home that my kids have made of what will come next. I expected that the president would come after his enemies. But what I wanted to talk to you next is...
He said that him and his family have bingo cards of what the president is going to do to him politically.
Serious. And I did not expect this would happen. And I'd like your help on it. The president has inspired death threats against me and many sitting up here with me. In June 2025, an individual left 11 voicemails at my district office. On the voicemails, they said, get the message to him. I'm going to hunt him down, that motherfucker, and toss his ass over the Golden Gate Bridge by my fucking self. Donald Trump's Department of Justice in the Northern District of California declined.
TBD.
On May 14, 2025.
Oh, yeah, TBD.
On Twitter, responding to something I posted, an individual said, no, it wasn't Eric, and now I'm going to kill you. The Department of Justice from the Southern District of Texas declined to prosecute. May through December of 2025, we received messages at my office that said, I hope somebody shoots you and your children and your wife in the head. Pew, pew, motherfucker, pew, pew. I would stay indoors as much as possible, and my children, unfortunately, have to do that. The Department of Justice has not charged this individual and cited that he's a prolific caller and has health conditions, although what we have found in our own investigation and his voice
health conditions,
he has said he will employ others to do this. The president can come after me. It's fine. I'm in the arena. So are these folks. But we never expected that the Department of Justice would not seek to prosecute and investigate those who are making threats against us. And that would include those on that side of the aisle. And I'm just asking for your help to protect life, because life is at risk.
So having worked for a congresswoman, that shit happens, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have personal security. But they can't have security on them all the time. Like you can't, it's not like the Secret Service. The Congress members don't have Secret Service protection. When they're in DC, they have Capitol Police. And when they're in their home districts, they have personal security. But, you know, the death threats happen a lot. And they're supposed to be investigated by the Justice Department. They're supposed to be investigated by the FBI. And the fact that Eric Swalwell is being threatened like that and has been threatened like that, and they've done nothing about it, is disturbing.
It shouldn't be surprising.
It shouldn't be, but it's really like the FBI and the Justice Department has become such a partisan organization, and it shouldn't be. And the fact that they're not investigating death threats against Democrats and saying, oh, this person is just a kook or they have like health issues or whatever. Like, come on, guys, at least pick the guy up and ask him why he did it.
Go to his house. Just show up at his house.
Whenever you email or call a congressperson, if you have called already or emailed already, they like have a record of your calls and emails. They keep that. They're supposed to keep that. It's part of like their record keeping policies. And if you called before, you know, they look you up because you're a constituent. And if you're not a constituent, they're not supposed to stay on the phone with you. Like if you call, let's say you call Eric Swalwell, but you're out of his district, he's going to tell you to call somebody else. Like his staff is going to be like, well, you got to call your rep.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a constituent and you live in the district, chances are they have your information because they mail you stuff.
So much stuff.
Or they call you to tell you about town halls or whatever. So like it's not like they don't have your information when you call. So when the FBI is like, nah, we can't investigate this guy, it's bullshit. Because they know where they live, they know their phone numbers. So Pam Bondi is and the Justice Department is fucking up on this.
They don't give a shit. They got to go after the real criminals like Don Lemon.
I can play the rest.
With the environment we're in right now.
Congressman, I completely agree with you. I know about several of those personally involving you. I believe one has been charged publicly, and there's something I would be happy to talk to you about off camera, but I can assure you that they are very serious. They are being looked.
We are protecting you, but it's a secret, so I can't tell anybody.
None of you should be threatened, ever. None of your children should be threatened. None of your families should be threatened. And I will work with, you can come into my office any day. I will work with all of you on both sides of the aisle if you are ever threatened. And I'll gladly talk to you after this hearing about your cases. But I can tell you some of them are very active.
I'm telling you right now, did she fucking wait for somebody to come to her office when she fucking went after all these different people? Like when Trump put out the fucking tweet on accident, he was trying to text her and he fucking put that shit on True Social and he fucking put that shit out there and everybody screen grabbed it and then he deleted that shit. That was the first time he's deleted something. And the second one was this fucking racist thing he put out. Only two times he's ever deleted a post, by the way. And it was to her. And he said, Pam, these people are doing X, Y, and Z and da da da. She's busy doing that shit. She don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And
she has a job.
And Kash Patel and the FBI, they also are not in the business of same boat. They're not in the business of helping people anymore.
Care less.
They're in the business of raiding election offices.
Right. I always go with the National Intelligence Director. We're inseparable.
Appreciate that. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back, and we're sorry for what the gentleman and his family had to go through.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Thank you so much.
I don't know if we're gonna get to this part, but someone asked her about the pardoning of the J6ers.
Oh yes. Well, we will get to that. Yes.
All right. I'll let it rock then.
Mr. Chairman, and to be clear, I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness because this witness has
Jasmine
revealed
Crockett.
that she has
Here
no
we
intentions
go.
of answering questions. But instead, I'm going to ask some very basic
She
questions
fucking
really quickly
hates
of my
Jasmine
colleague,
Crockett.
Becca Ballin, if she will answer right or wrong, raping children.
Wrong.
Right or wrong, killing random citizens.
Definitely wrong.
Right or wrong, enriching yourself as the sitting president of the United States.
Definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you, because I probably never would have got that with our witness. Our witness who somehow is a lawyer but does not understand how it works with witnesses. I'm not really sure what law school she went to and what all
Trump
kind of
University.
cases she tried. But typically when you come into a space and somebody's a witness, then they sit there and they answer questions instead of asking questions. And then we also have this objection that we use as lawyers called non-responsive when a witness fails to actually answer the question. But nevertheless, let me address the survivors.
Pam Bondi knows
because that's
that.
exactly who they
Yeah.
are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ, as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massey, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going.
Get him.
My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on. And frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they.
Exactly. She was Attorney General in Florida, and she knew what's in the files.
And she's also the one who dismissed the Trump University fraud case.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fraud talk in this hearing as well. Trump charged people 50 grand for a fake degree and to take pictures with a cardboard cutout of him. He didn't even fucking show up.
Yeah.
He defrauded those people. They wanted their fucking money back because he lied and defrauded them out of their cash. Pam said, "No, you got what you wanted. You got what you paid for. That's what you paid for. Nothing. You gave him 50 grand for nothing." And then that case just disappeared. So I wonder why he picked her to be in the fucking cabinet. I wonder why she's in charge of the DOJ. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Because she's Trump's new fixer. It used to be Cohen.
Right.
And now it's her. I bet you if Michael...
start locking up some of my enemies. They're really starting to piss me off.
I bet you if Michael Cohen and Trump didn't have that public breakup, Michael Cohen would be attorney. Well, Michael Cohen or Matt Gaetz would be attorney general.
Man, Matt Gaetz is like, I don't get it. Everybody else is doing it. Yeah, motherfucker.
See, coming from this
that's the
administration.
problem.
In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to return the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Ford. And I might ask that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely.
Oh yeah, this is going to be on Unboxed Politics later. Jasmine Crockett is definitely going on Unboxed.
Good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Ford and Don Lemon were.
I want you people out there to know that Pam Bondi, if she didn't have so much fucking Botox in her face, you would see a very furrowed brow right now.
She would be so angry if she could emote.
She would have very angry eyebrows in this situation, but she can't because she's got toxins in there and it's paralyzed all the muscles. So she has to just sit there plain faced.
My unfinished sock says, don't be a soulless fixer for the Tangerine Palpatine. Like and share the stream instead.
I think that's a great alternative.
I think that is a great alternative. Yeah, the Dark Lord Greg is correct. If these children could read, they'd be very upset. Oh boy.
Arrested, we know that there were.
Yeah, if Pam Bondi could read, she'd be very upset right now.
She can read. She's got two binders.
We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein.
Uh-oh.
Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 30.
Not one of the most. The most. He might be in there more than Jeffrey Epstein's name is in there.
And the fact that he used that in the campaign to get elected, knowing damn well he's all over it.
Do you remember back in the spring of 2025 when Pam Bondi was like, "Oh, I have the client list on my desk. We're reviewing it and all that." And then we found out like a month later that she told Trump that he was mentioned the Epstein files like 45 times or whatever. and that is apparently such a lie, because she must have told him, you're all over that shit. Like you're millions of times you're in this fucking thing.
He said, cool,
I'm surprised anyone else is in there.
Just black those parts out. Well, we did that. And after 70 cases of Sharpies, we are going to run into an issue here. There aren't enough Sharpies on Earth. So either we need to ramp up Sharpie production, or we're gonna find another way.
Do you remember like how outraged people were, and probably including us, that like he was in there like 45 times or whatever, and then to find out he's in there 1,000,000 times?
If I did show shock, which I doubt, there's no way he was in there only 45 times. That motherfucker has 3 pages for people he met once. That motherfucker hung out with him for 10 years. Oh, he's definitely got a whole separate database.
Mikey, it started 55 minutes into the stream.
Okay.
You're on the wrong show.
You're in the wrong show, homie.
You're in the wrong fucking show. We don't Lock Bill up too, man.
Bro, Alcatraz, all their asses. All of them.
I'm talking about Bill Gates and Bill Clinton. Lock their asses up.
Follow-up question. Hey, Ryan, if Trump is revealed in there, you're ready to put him in jail, right? Right? If he's implicated in any crimes, you're ready for him to just fucking impeach him, get him out of office, straight into Gitmo.
All of them.
No, Ryan. I want Ryan to answer about Trump, because if Trump is implicated in crimes, you're ready to fucking put him under the jail, right? Because I'm ready to put any Democrat, I'm not a Democrat, but any Democrat can go into jail for shit that they did on there. I don't give a fuck. That shit is like, the more we find out, the more I'm surprised that there's not just a line of people going into the jail. Oh, Ryan, you didn't want to. You can't say anything against dear leader.
We're agreeing with you.
But you won't agree with us that if Trump is implicated, he needs to go too.
So,
Allie, don't count him out.
That argument don't work against us. We agree. They should all go to jail. All of them.
No. See, don't be trying to change history. That was his friend for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Don't change history.
Trump covered it up. If Trump's the whistleblower, why didn't it come out in his first term?
And why is Lutnick lying about breaking ties with him just to find out that he still had ties with it? Like, you know what I mean? Why is this whole administration connected to him and then lying about their connection to him? And then we only find out about their connection to him through a Republican or bipartisan led, what is it called? I always forget the thing of it. The draft something. What is it? The draft petition.
Oh, yes. Yeah. A discharge petition.
Discharge. I always forget discharge. It's a gross word. Maybe I just block it out. I hate the word discharge.
It's not a great word for.
It's a yellowy, milky.
Ah, great. Now, whenever anyone says discharge petition, that's what I'm going to think of.
A little bit of hair in it. I just hate the word discharge.
So here's another one. Why didn't Biden release it? Hey, why didn't Trump release it the first time? He had the files.
Lock both of their asses up. Like
them all up.
What are we talking about? Like, we don't have fucking space. Lock them both up.
I believe George W. Bush could have done it.
Yep.
Obama could have done it.
Yep.
Trump could have done it the first time. Biden could have done it. Decades of conspiracy. Decades of cover up.
Again, Ryan, the question is, if Trump is implicated in crimes, are you willing, like if you were on that jury, would you vote to indict him? Do you want to see him punished if he's implicated?
Like, this goes all the way back to, when was Epstein charged the first time? 2008?
Yeah.
This goes all the way back to 2008. Who was president in 2008? It was George W. Bush. So they were investigating in 2008. They gave him a deal. The Obama administration did nothing. The first Trump administration did nothing. The Biden administration did nothing. And once there was a high enough demand for it, and they had to pass a law demanding that the files be released, then the Trump administration had to comply with the law. So everyone who's saying, why didn't Obama do it? Why didn't Biden do it? Totally agree. They're all part of a cover-up.
Right. I don't think anybody implicated in the cover-up needs to also go to jail. That's our answer. You have no answer. I mean, I'm sitting here reading through all of your stuff and you keep deflecting back to us. I said yes, but he's not going to be. He's the whistleblower.
He's not the whistleblower. He's a conspiracy. He's part of the conspiracy. He's an accomplice. He's an unindicted co-conspirator. He's not the whistleblower.
I mean, and again, you're like, yeah, I if he's implicated, I want him to go to jail. Well, then why are you okay with Pam Bondi and Cash Patel hiding all of the fucking information? Why don't we? I mean, of all of the fucking people that he was in his social network, Trump was in it. We have 0 files of them just going to Mar-a-Lago and having a pizza. Well, a QAnon, bad word, nachos, or playing golf. You know what I mean? There's nothing like innocuous and harmless in the files. Like, oh yeah, we're going to play golf at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, you beat me like you always do, Donnie. La, da, da. There's nothing normal in the files, right? There's literally no mention of Trump at all. And that doesn't, make you a little suspicious that the person that he hung out with for years and years had 0 files in it. Not 1 or 2 that are totally innocent. None. Trump is not in there at all. And that doesn't trigger like cover up to you. One person is just not mentioned like the fucking actors and shit are in there.
Right.
From just going to the island because Brett Ratner is a fuck. Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. The Epstein investigation started in 2007. So deep into President Bush's second term. That's not even remotely true.
That's not true.
They were having parties. Trump was in the island. He borrowed Epstein's plane for his campaign.
Literally for the campaign. He was flying around in Epstein's jet. Like, I don't know if maybe you need to just refresh yourself with the rest of the material that's out there. But brother, there's like a big Trump-shaped shadow in all the data. And you're saying that, well, why didn't someone else talk about the Trump-shaped shadow? I don't know why they didn't lock up Trump. I don't know why they didn't lock him up after January 6th.
Yeah.
I've never liked our fucking DOJ. I didn't like the fucking stop and frisk rules that everybody was pushing. There's nothing wrong with being critical of how things work, but it's unreasonable to just look at blatant corruption right in front of you and then say, it's on my side, so it's okay. That's fucking culty behavior, bro.
And there was no like fucking whistleblower on this. This all came to a head when Ghislaine Maxwell went through her court proceedings and then went to prison. That's when this shit got broken wide open. It wasn't by fucking Donald Trump. He didn't do shit.
Remember when you wished Ghislaine well? I wish her well.
Right.
What the fuck is that, bro? He's in the fucking like the sheriff's report saying, oh yeah, and go after Ghislaine. She's a real monster. She's the worst of the worst. She's evil. This is what he's telling the fucking sheriffs, right? And then he says, oh, I wish her well. Like, dude, if you don't think that this motherfucker is lying to you, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you. Yeah, and don't be coming after our mods.
I mean, listen, the mods have their own way of dealing with those things. So,
well, YouTube does it too. So don't be yelling at them unless they did it. Delco Taro says, Massey said, if you remove all the redactions, Trump name appears 1,000,000 times. Like, this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, if you genuinely think Trump is not implicated in this at all, and he was just trying to do the right thing and get that information out there so that the proper people can be prosecuted, why wouldn't Pam Bondi release any of the fucking co-conspirators, bro?
Yeah.
They're not even Cash Patel said, this is all the documents we have. This 20 pages of paper. This is it.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, this 20,000 pages of paper it's all we got.
And then it was, there's only 1,000,000 pieces of paper. That's all we got. Oh, and this just came in from the Southern District of New York. Now this is all we've got. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing over there?
And it's, oh, by the way, we have 6 million, but we're only giving you half because the rest of them are just duplicates or whatever.
Or privilege.
Or privilege, yeah.
How is it privilege to fucking list the names of the people that Epstein was trafficking these people to? Cash Patel got on fucking camera and said this was all for his own personal use. All these thousands of young ladies and men were trafficked for his personal use. He has all these cameras all over his fucking island for his personal use. Believe it if you want to.
We got a $5 super chat from Tim Ballum.
Tim Ballum.
Tim Ballum says, wonder if Andrew has dirt on Trump. If not him, then the UK security probably do.
Yeah.
What's the bet if Andrew goes to the US, he will unalive?
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
You're gonna suddenly have a wave of depression come over you and take your own life, because that's what they're doing to people. And again, here, where I don't know where the guy went, but fucking, why did they move her from prison to prison?
Yeah, why did they move her to a minimum security fucking resort?
Come on, man. You can't tell me that fucking Todd Blanche, Pammy Joe's fucking assistant, goes and has a fucking 9-hour conversation with her and then just decides, you know what? You're not a monster like Trump said. Let's put you in a minimum security prison. Is that what you believe is happening? Dude, man, I got a bridge to sell you. Holy shit.
Let's continue on for another minute so more people show up.
8,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number 2, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, "This is a good one." Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit. But there are numerous others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens. Or
get out the way, motherfucker! Goddamn, cameraman! Get your big head ass down, boy!
Elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation, or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history, an attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Gentleman to yield. The gentleman from Missouri is recognized. Excuse me, gentleman from Kansas, the attorney general, former attorney general, Mr. Schmidt is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and General Bondi, thanks for being here. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we talk?
I do. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you.
Just take 4 minutes of my 5 minutes to say whatever you want, Pam Bondi.
And for our international watchers, this is not how these hearings are supposed to go.
No.
Tim, you be the witness, and I'll be the congressperson. All right. Okay. Role play time. I know you guys like that. Good morning, Mr. Tim. I had a couple questions for you. How long have you been on this broadcast?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Well, what kind of broadcast do you like to do?
I plead the fifth.
Now, see, everyone at home, Tim likes to not answer questions. I knew he would not like to answer questions. You're supposed to interrupt me here. It's just, and then
excuse me,
reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming
my time. Reclaiming. Where's my button?
I would like to say something in my own defense.
My time. You don't get to talk.
You don't get to talk. But typically, you don't have to reclaim your time with witnesses. Usually, you reclaim your time when you're arguing amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
The fact that this lady is just arguing like a teenager who wants to go to the party, even though she didn't do her homework. Like, she is just arguing with people. And she's a lawyer, I assume, at some point she was, before she became a judge. But she knows the procedure of this. And the fact that she has a binder full of insults and a binder full of BS stats, it's like, I'm not sure if you guys are aware that that's not how this procedure typically works. It has never been like this. This is a complete aberration, a complete farce of how our system works. She is supposed to answer them because she is well-read, well-studied, and the best person for the job. She can't do anything but make fun of dead people in those people's districts, insult the constituents. Like, that's all she has. That is a fucking problem if the top lawyer of the land is doing that.
2 British pounds from Tim Ballum. It says, Tim, you have been pardoned, so no fifth for you.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
Fucking you got clemency. So
well, and the other thing is Pam Bondi and all these people, like we talked about this with Marco Rubio. He's supposed to be up there and combative because that's what Trump wants to see. Trump was watching this shit.
Oh, 100%.
And he wanted to see Pam Bondi really give it to these fucking Congress people. And the problem is her combativeness is her fucking, trying to keep her job.
Yeah.
If she wasn't combative and she was sort of complicit and she was a bit more like reasonable and sane, then Trump probably would have fucking fired her today for being a bad attorney general or whatever his line is. Like that's what would have happened if Pam Bondi wasn't obstinate and just an asshole the entire time.
So let's say I live in Maryland and I called Jamie Raskin's office and I said, "Hey, I see that you're going to be talking to Pam Bondi tomorrow. Let's say I'm a day early or whatever. I see that you're in the future going to talk to her. Can you ask her about A? Can you ask her about B? And then its connection to C." And he's going to get all these fucking phone calls in, and then his staff is going to like make a little Excel spreadsheet document for him of some sort. And then he'll have that information with him when he goes up there to question her. She doesn't answer any questions because she feels like that person's on the other team and she doesn't have to. She's the Attorney General of the United States, not the Attorney General of Donald Trump. If a fucking representative asks her a question, she should not see that person that's sitting there. She should see the 200,000 people that person represents. So if hundreds of thousands of people are asking her questions and all she can do is be disrespectful, that is what those people sitting up there on the dais, that is what they represent. They represent us. Those are our reps. So, and if you're on the right side of things, just know that while all this Epstein shit is going on, your 200,000 people, your million people, whatever your district contains, maybe smaller if you're in a rural area, you don't get a question. Because this is the redress of government that you as a voter, you get. You vote for somebody and they go to Capitol Hill on your behalf so you don't have to keep flying back and forth to DC, and they ask the hard questions and you can influence the questions that person gets to ask. She doesn't want to answer any of those questions. She doesn't feel like she has to.
Well, Mikey, we're dumb and bossy apparently, and we are idiots of bias, says this bot.
I like this bot's picture. It's very, in the blue period. Like, you know what I mean?
They all attacked her and not a one of them had any kind of question. I mean, you got to like put a space between the period and the beginning of the next
just
sentence.
Russian.
And she would have refuted everything. Hey, so why didn't you worry about this? Boy, that's all right. I don't even know if that's worth answering. Yeah,
that's thank you for your question, Senator. Very interesting.
Oh boy.
But again, so when she's dancing around these questions and not answering them, it's not that I don't like Moskowitz. I don't like Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett represents a large swath of people. So those people are asking you a question. And she said, I don't have to answer you. I work for Trump. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty serious fucking issue that they're asking her about. And she's acting like it's, you wore white after Labor Day or whatever, Memorial Day.
To answer the bot's questions, she was asked questions and then she fucking obfuscated and deflected and hurled insults. And
sorry.
You know, she did her job according to Trump. She didn't actually answer questions with answers to the questions. She just shouted at people.
Right.
That was it. So, and I know the chat's like, oh, you guys are liberals and you don't know what you're talking about and you're idiots or whatever.
Okay, hold on. Let's just go ahead and address. Okay, let me just put this up. We are not Democrats. Okay, we're not Democrats. Tim's a little liberal, but I'm not so much. We're not Democrats. We have. If you're new to the show, we've been shitting on Clinton, Biden, Kamala, everybody, every Democrat that you think that we're in love with, we've been critical of.
Yeah.
We have a team. Our team is us, the voters, the public, us. I'm on our side. What is best for us? I don't give a shit about red and blue. Because at the end of the day, they are just grifting fucking money off of us. So I'm not interested in what either party has to do or has to offer me as a voter. They don't offer what I want. Right? Like they don't do the shit that I like, what we would like to happen. Obvious, simple shit like healthcare.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Allie, stop counting people out because then you add too much to the chat and it's already hard enough to find stuff.
Just do like a 3-2-1. That's close enough.
Yeah, 3-2-1 is fine. Like, I had something there and then it disappeared. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We have a starred one. I'll try to star him. Crystal Farah says, hello, first time. Hi, Crystal. Hey, girl. Here, let me give her get some air horns for Crystal. People Epstein left money to in his trust. Have you looked into it? That's part of the shit that's redacted because that was the main thing that the people who were going, Massey and the rest of them were going through, is they wanted to go through the financial records because some of the stuff, yes, those people had attorneys, those people had defense lawyers. It's privilege. You can't get into that shit. But you know what is not privilege? The wire transfers and all that money that he was floating from this person to this person and all the little backdoor deals and the blackmail. Lutnick was talking about the blackmail. Well, that's a payment. That payment had to go through a bank. If we can find the fucking payment details, we can figure out who the money went to. They won't unredact the fucking files.
Right.
This is not just, oh, you're going to pick on certain. No, we're only going after the people that fucking paid for his services. And they won't let him do it. What's up with that? Just saying. Just saying.
Let's continue because she got time to respond to everything Jasmine Crockett said.
Years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try Congresswoman Crockett to ask any questions because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas from Cuba.
See, she's not even answering Jasmine Crockett's accusations or anything that she said about Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi went straight into, well, these are some criminals that we picked up.
Right.
So
we're literally already talking about criminals, and she's like, but your state has criminals too.
These criminals are all from Texas.
It's fucking disgusting, dude.
Then why don't you show those fucking why don't you ask fucking Greg Abbott why he's doing such a bad job there up in Texas? If you're catching all these criminals in Texas, why don't you ask fucking Hot Wheels how he's doing?
No, you're talking about
Cruz.
No. Abbott's the governor. You're talking about Ken Paxton.
Yeah, Ken Paxton. All of them in the state administration. And why don't you ask fucking Ted Cruz the same questions? Hey, how come we have to capture all these criminals in your state? No,
because of Joe Biden.
Because of Joe Biden. That's everyone's fucking excuse, guys. It is February 2026. Joe Biden has not been president for over a year now. Get over it.
Homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted. So
I know he died 5 years ago, but if Joe Biden hadn't done this in 20...
that rape these women that are sitting behind you
Time
that
belongs
you
to the
refuse
gentleman
to even
from
acknowledge
Kansas.
they are here.
Sorry, go back. I talked over it. Sorry.
Time belongs.
Sorry. I talked too much. Sorry.
Convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted.
You know,
So what we
Estrada.
talking about? Convict some of these perpetrators that rape these women that are
Chairman,
sitting
time
behind you
time
that
belongs
you
to the
refuse
gentleman
to even
from
acknowledge
Kansas.
they are here.
Time belongs to the gentleman from Kansas.
She out of here.
She said. I think she mouthed motherfucker.
The
Refuse
gentleman
to even
from
acknowledge
Kansas.
they are here.
Time belongs to the gentleman from Kansas.
I don't know what it was,
You
but
said
it was
you might
so
make up for the yelling. Thank you. General, did you have anything further to say?
Texas, convicted of homicide. Cecil Joseph from
All right, pause real
Dominican
quick.
Republic.
So if the guy on the left, if he's my rep, I'm furious. Because if you have any questions that you would want to ask, oh shit.
Oh,
make sure make sure you start at the beginning for him. If that's my rep and he's supposed to go up there and get the answers to some of this Epstein shit that we've all been wondering. Here's the lady right here. She's right here. Now we have our chance to get our questions answered. And he fucking puts his fucking hands behind his head, kicks his feet up on the desk and crosses them and says, "Oh, you just do whatever you want." Come on, man. That's not your job, dude. Find some fucking answers out. If not, then what the fuck are you doing up there? Go vote, because they have to take a break halfway through this and go vote anyway. Just go stand in line to vote. If you're not going to fucking do anything, then don't sit there on the oversight committee or the House Judiciary Committee. Come on, Massey.
Epstein, and not what's happening in their own states.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents from the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release.
This
what
is
did the
sick
DOJ
shit.
do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known.
See, look, even some of the people on the right. Pam Bondi is really a failure, and it's sad. I even had high hopes for Kash Patel, and then he goes, "You shouldn't have a gun at a protest."
Because that's what their dear father is told them to say, and they're just repeating it. Like, I get that people have differing sides of the equation, and some people like this, and some people like that's not what we're arguing about, and that's not a difference that we care to discuss on this network. It's not important to us. Like, if you guys want to have like your fucking Bears versus Packers rivalry, and then like shit on each other and all that, I'm not interested in that shit. Not my fucking purview. That's for like the lower channels who want to do like the slop drama bullshit. Cool. We're policy wonks over here. So if it's not in a fucking act or if it's not an HR, we're not fucking reading that shit. We don't give a fuck. They fucking, I mean, aside from one person who's a bit of a wrongin', everybody in Congress said, release that shit. Trump signed it. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
We already had the chance for discussion and debate and all this shit. It should just be fucking files, baby. Pumping them out as fast as we can, apologizing. It's not that. She's not, I'm behind and I need more time. She's saying, that's all I can do.
That's all we got, guys.
And except for this other big pile of shit that I forgot that we had. Like, that's the issue here. So if you want to play the left-right game, go do that in someone else's channel. That's not what we do over here. The law says what the law says. Is she in compliance or not? She's not. So she's getting her ass chewed for not being in compliance with the law that everyone in Congress, except for one person, voted for. And Kash Patel perjured himself.
Yeah.
He said there is no good evidence that he had any co-conspirators.
And not only that, but if you go back a little bit in the show, Pam Bondi lied to Congress at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
At the very beginning, she lied to Congress. And that's a crime. She committed a crime, and she's like, don't you Don't you accuse me of committing a crime. She committed it.
You did it. That's perjury. Perjury is a crime. And
People have gone to jail for lying to Congress.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you have like a high position, like let's say like you're in charge of a bunch of banks and you rob a bank, you should have a higher punishment because you know not to rob banks. You are the attorney general. You should know better than to lie to Congress. And she doesn't seem to be even bothered by it. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell because of the Botox, but can't tell.
And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victims' survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here. Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking. Not
which
to
is what we were asking
prostitution,
for.
not to money laundering,
which is what the people
child
wanted.
Sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need that you're holding on to. And
financial document -302. That's what they want. They want the fucking bank payment shits so that they can figure out who these people are. And you know what the best part about the FD files? There's no victims' names in it. There's nothing to redact. None. It's just co-conspirators and how much money and which bank, because these fucking banks are in on it too. And they're going to get theirs too.
I think a person asked us a reasonable question earlier about has anyone investigated the finances behind this? And that's what they want. That's what they want. That's what we need. Because you know what? Whenever you're investigating someone and you're charging someone with financial crimes, wire fraud means anytime you commit a crime using a wire transfer or a bank transfer. So all these motherfuckers are being protected because they committed crimes, and the bank records are going to show who committed the crimes, how much money it was, where it went. And on top of their other crimes, they're also going to get hit with wire fraud.
Right.
Because it is illegal to transfer money for the purpose of a crime.
For crimes, yeah.
So
we have indictable evidence right fucking there, but they won't get rid of the fucking black lines. And she said, I would, but the FBI did that, not me.
It's
Bitch,
their FBI.
The FBI works for you. Tell them to take it off. What are you talking about? It's right there. Unredact that fucking paper right there. And we will have the fucking names of the people we need to go after. If it's not Trump you don't want us to go after, fine. We'll leave Trump alone for now. Give us the rest of these fucking monsters, dude. Like, why are you redacting the financial transactions between Epstein and the people who fucking hired him? What is the point other than to cover it up?
Exactly.
It's just a cover up.
It's a bigger cover up than Watergate.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the biggest cover up in the history of this country because it spans decades. It spans administrations
and billions of dollars.
And it's worldwide. It's not just like Trump in America or whatever. This happened to the UK. It's happening to other countries in Europe.
Has a victim statement. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure that okay. Here, let me Google some more. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that is what that is.
We will verify.
I will verify.
We're willing to be wrong.
Over redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? Because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the portal at the DOJ to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction. So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you pulled down.
So the Congress people were supposed to be able to see unredacted files. And when they went to go see unredacted files, they were still fucking redacted.
Right.
Like,
on the
what a
4
bunch
computers
of,
for
what
435
bullshit.
for the 435 House members, they gave them 4 computers.
And the files are still fucking redacted. Like, how crazy is that? They were supposed to have unlimited access to unredacted files so that they could do their own investigation. And what they're finding is files are still redacted.
Yes. In the SCIF computer, it's still got black lines all over it.
From the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
The answer is no.
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Finish my answer. Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40 minutes. He was already, you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm going to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time. Mr. Chairman.
This is how this works.
Can I have my time?
Mr. Chairman, the gentlelady can give her answer. The time belongs to the gentleman from.
All right, I'm reclaiming my time.
Can I give my answer?
Hold on one second.
I'm going to put the.
So yes, the FD does not stand for financial closure. You're right. I am wrong about that one. We do know that those records exist, and that's what they were looking for. FD was a convenient letter thing. So it's in there, but it's not that thing. So it's not that thing. I was wrong. It wasn't that thing. It's a different thing. So
see,
thank you for the correction.
We're willing to be wrong. We're willing to be corrected.
See? And look, I didn't burst into fucking flames because I got something wrong. I didn't just fucking crumple into ash or Tim, I don't feel so good. And then I just started like going away like Spider-Man. Like it didn't happen. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay. And thank you for the correction. Whoa!
Yeah.
What
a
fucking
it's okay to be. We can all learn a lesson today. It's okay to be wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Language of the bill up on the screen.
Chairman, may I give my answer on that? It's a political joke, and I need to give my answer on that.
We'll let the Attorney General respond, and then the gentleman can move to his next question.
It's my time.
Within 40 minutes, you asked me a question. Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
Red-handed. There was one redaction out
where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
And we invited you in. This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get, you're a failed.
Man, she says that shit so much. She's like, you have Trump derangement syndrome. God. You know what? She has Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, you got her. Oh yeah, well you
are the one. And she's like, oh yeah, his name's in there 4,000 times, but we only redacted the most important redactions.
Where were you jerks when the Democrats? I love demons, by the way. Demons are sick, dude. I love demons. You're talking about Dodges, right? Democrats had the Epstein files. First of all, I had no idea it was this bad.
Nobody had any idea.
I did not even. I was like, oh, what? Oh, it was like a Diddy kind of party kind of thing. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're looking into it, and I guess they're gonna find. Well, I guess if I had no idea that it's like I didn't think it would be this nasty. This fucking convoluted, and so many world leaders and governments. If you knew this back then, why didn't you say something? Because I had no idea.
Yeah, where was everyone? I mean, where was everyone else when Biden had him, or when Trump had him the first time, when Obama had him, or George W. Bush? Once again, it goes back.
I don't think the zeitgeist was aware of this like that.
Right. But when all these motherfuckers, and by motherfuckers I mean Howard Lutnick, hung out with Jeffrey Epstein after 2008.
Right.
When they already knew that he was a criminal and a monster.
And that he got a lightened sentence.
When they showed up at his fucking island to have fucking lunch.
Or invite him to your fucking child's wedding, Bill and Hillary. Like, that shit's like, if you knew he was up to this kind of shit, what the fuck is he doing at Chelsea's fucking wedding?
Like,
ugh.
I think the biggest problem here is that ever since they found out that he was a fucking monster, they were totally fine with it. And I'm talking about all the rich and powerful.
Yep.
Former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, Howard Lutnick, Bill Gates,
Elon
Bill
Musk,
and Hillary Clinton,
Elon Musk,
all of
Peter
them.
Thiel,
Yeah,
Ehud Barak.
They were 100% fine with it.
Yep.
Because he was one of them.
We are not one of them. So fuck all of the people previously listed.
Bill Gates should go to fucking jail instead of just being like, I'm sorry I ever met him. He should go to fucking jail, man.
If you committed crimes, you need to go to fucking jail. Simple Secular Dave says, Bin Podcast Network, if all of the leaders of the GOP and Dems are implicated in the sexual assault and the cover-up and the payments, what happens? Do you burn the system down? Yes.
Yeah.
And the progressives rise from the ashes, baby.
I think even Pam Bondi makes that argument. Someone asked her, like, why don't we put all these people in jail? And she's like, you're going to tear apart the whole system.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
The system is bad then. If it takes tearing down the system
is down.
Right. Like, isn't that the entire point? Is that the entire system at the top is fucking corrupt?
That's what I thought.
If it takes down the rich and powerful, guys, we're not the rich and powerful. We're yelling at people on the internet.
Very well.
Right. Like, we're not the fucking 0.1% of this country that are connected to fucking Epstein. So if they go down, that's not going to fucking hurt me. I don't give a shit.
Right.
If Elon Musk
going down.
Right. If Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Bill Gates all go to fucking prison, I don't give a shit. Put them in prison. They committed crimes.
So here's Daniela says, partisan or no, Pam is incompetent and hurts Trump. I'm sorry to break it to you, young lady. He handpicked her for this specific job. Kash Patel was handpicked for this specific cover-up. Yeah. That's why they're there.
And Kash Patel got played too because he was all about releasing the Epstein files. And then
he started looking through them bitches and he was like,
because Bongino's not there anymore. When him and Bongino got into the FBI, they're like, we're gonna solve this Epstein situation. We're gonna fix it. And then like a month later, they were doing interviews. We're like, yeah, there's nothing there.
They were both sitting up there like this, like, yep, killed himself. Trust me, man. I've seen all the video. Yep, killed himself. No, there was no co-conspirators. No. I've seen. Nope. Look, I've seen the files. He's there's no one else. Nothing to see here.
He did a nothing to see here, guys. And Bongino, who his entire podcast was about that shit, you could tell he was so pissed about it.
He had to lie. He had to stand up there and lie. And you could see his little soul just crumpling up like tinfoil under pressure, just crumpling up a little bit every lie. Poor guy.
So, like, when we say get them all, we mean get them all. Like, throw them all in prison.
And besides, we're not fucking 3,000 years old. When is it our generation's turn to be in power? So if this cleansing flame is what we need to free up the forest floor so that other plants can grow, then this is what needs to happen. Because these people need to be out of office. And these people need to be in prison.
Damn, Mikey, your poll is going crazy. I just checked on it.
What?
330 votes, 79% no for do you think Pam Bondi is filling her obligations to the victims?
I'm just saying. See, here we go. Look at this guy. See, this is what I'm saying. You're not gonna make it in the future, dude, because it's not about left or right.
That's a bot.
I know. I know that. I'm making an example.
Well, we can't yell at the bots. They don't know what we're talking about.
Why not? What's this country thing next to it? Uzbekistan? Like, what the fuck is that? What's UM? Like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Yeah, dude, hunt. There should be a fucking bounty out for all these people in these fucking files. Not to murder them, but to find them and hold them accountable. Go search these motherfuckers up because they're all hiding in fucking huts on tropical islands somewhere. Get some fucking speedboats and go track these billionaires down who are hiding from their fucking their implications here.
I say give all this fucking information to like Interpol and shit like that too.
Yes.
Like spread it to all the fucking law enforcement agencies.
That is a great idea. They should share all this information with everybody. Well, I guess the other countries can just go into that fucking horrible website and do their own searching.
Oh yeah, I suppose they could. I mean, it already brought down a few people in Europe, right? So
I don't know why they got rid of those people, because this is a Democrat hoax. Fucking unbelievable. Anyway, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I like how the people who are defending this only believe that it affects people like directly in America, and that's it. It can only be a Democrat. Like, if it's a worldwide conspiracy,
they don't even have our party over there,
right?
Politicians.
Chairman, please restore his time and remind the witness of the rules here.
There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Is that your position as well?
Oh, wait. We got Kash Patel fucking lying right now.
Credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Is that your position as well?
My position is any victim who comes forward, of course, we would love to hear from them. 1-800-CALL-FBI. Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
Somebody should have.
Reclaiming my time.
Someone should ask Bill Barr too.
About Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim time when you don't.
Bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer the question the way you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know.
That's a very good point, Thomas Massey.
Go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And Pam Bondi is responsible for her portion of it. She's responsible for being Attorney General right now and the cover-up that she's committing right now. And all those other fucking former Attorney Generals are also responsible for their part in it. So fucking Bill Barr and Alex Acosta and all the other fucking attorney generals, Eric Holder, they're all responsible for it.
Now, I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you.
They should bring up every attorney general who has had to deal with the investigation, deal with the files, and put them in front of Congress as well. I don't agree that Pam Bondi should take the brunt of all of this, but she should be responsible for her part in it. But all the other attorney generals should be responsible for their part in it too. And if they were covering up, then they deserve to go to the jail too. All of them.
Please put it back on the screen. Please. To release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
May she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI.
Look, she's not even answering questions. She's about to attack him for a vote that he made that's unrelated.
Porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired.
She didn't answer the question.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman, could she answer the question?
Chairman,
Can
I was
answer the
wondering,
question.
the gentlelady's allowed, the Attorney General's allowed to respond the way she wants to respond to any member's questions, Republican, Democrat.
All right, I have unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized for a UC.
All right, this is an example. I'm submitting these 302 forms that are entirely redacted, even when you go to look at them.
Without objection.
I'm submitting a witness statement that implicates Les Wexner.
Without objection.
The hungry little caterpillar
I'm
lost his
submitting
cover
an article
page.
from the New York Times that the DOJ released nude photos and
objection.
identifiable pictures of the victims. I'm submitting a letter from AG Bondi to Kash Patel, imploring him to quit keeping the files when you found out that they were keeping files from you, because they're still redacting files.
Well, there's a question in the chat about what they're talking about. So unanimous consent is you're requesting for everyone to agree to, without voting, to accept something. So it's not usually something you do in the House of Representatives. Unanimous consent is more of a Senate thing, but the committees all have it so that you can enter stuff into the record if you're in a committee hearing and you say, I asked for unanimous consent. If no one objects, then it's just automatically entered. If someone objects, then there has to be a vote. Usually there's not a vote, and usually there's not anyone who objects, because they all want to get their stuff in, basically. Right. So no one's gonna object to everyone because they don't want retaliation for that, essentially.
Just let theirs in if you want yours in, or else everybody has to fight over everything, so just let it in.
Yeah. And in the Senate, there's unanimous consent for like passing laws and whatnot, because there's only 100 of them. So they have rules for that, for avoiding filibusters. If you can unanimous consent a vote on a bill, then everyone agrees. All 100 senators are just going to vote yes.
What was the last time they had a unanimous consent, Tim?
It does happen every year. Like they unanimous consent a lot of shit.
It was like a couple months ago, like a month ago.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, they unanimous consented the release the files law.
Oh,
every senator voted for it. They had unanimous consent for that.
The Epstein Transparency Act went through with unanimous consent.
Yeah, yeah.
Shane, are you saying that Massey is a Democrat?
Yeah, Thomas Massey is a Republican.
This is what you gotta stop playing red team, blue team. They're playing they're using that to control you, and you are showing that you were very under control. Wake up.
Very under control.
Tap, 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 tap. Wake up over there. It's not about red versus blue. It's about fucking getting justice for these fucking victims. And it doesn't matter who you are. You need to go under the jail. Alcatraz. Fire up Alcatraz.
Chairman, are we going to recess for votes?
Yes, we are.
I'm submitting for unanimous consent a document of 17 individuals who've resigned because of the Epstein files.
Without objection. The gentlelady from California.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would note that Mr. Nadler's question has not yet been answered, but I want to start by asking that out of respect for the American public and the Epstein survivors, some of whom, of course, are here today, that we can have a transparent conversation and get the public the answers they deserve. I want to briefly direct your attention to two documents I'm hoping we will put up on the screen.
Leave my hat alone, Tons. Tons, you leave my hat alone right now.
In the first, an individual emails Jeffrey Epstein asking whether a woman identified as M
I'm going to skip this person and move to
86-page prosecution memo from the Southern District of New York.
Congressman Goldman has some pretty good stuff in this one.
Is he the one that went down to El Salvador?
He's one of them, yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't want to be like, all you white dudes look the same, but I was like, is that him? I don't know if
this one's
I got lucky.
This one's so good. He's also going to be on Unboxed tonight.
Yeah. And a draft indictment from Florida against Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. For reasons that I cannot understand nor are permitted by the bill, they were still redacted, even for members of Congress. So, Ms. Bondi, will you commit right here to immediately providing those two documents in unredacted form to members of Congress?
Without
not a complicated question.
Well, I guess it is for you because you have a law degree and those are privileged.
Okay.
That's
they're not
The
privileged, but we will
co-conspirators are
discuss that
privileged?
later.
The only way that's privileged is if Donald Trump is in there, and that's even a vague argument for that. She would have had to have had a conversation with Donald Trump about it with no one else in the room, and Donald Trump would have to say that that's like privilege. Like that's how Donald Trump thinks privilege works.
Is Jeffrey Epstein a lawyer and we didn't know about it, and he was consulting with all these people as their attorney? Because
Like-
if that's not what happened, then that information is not privileged.
Like the understanding of the Trump administration of privilege is not what privilege is.
No.
And they've always abused that statute.
Allie, she was not even listening.
She wasn't even there. You go back a few seconds, she wasn't even there.
In unredacted form to members of
Just flipping
Congress.
his page in the binder.
Not a complicated question.
Well, I guess it is for you because you have a
wasn't
law
even
degree
there.
and those are privileged.
Okay. They're not privileged.
You know, Chrissy, that's a good question. Doesn't privilege stop once a person is dead?
I will look that up. I don't know.
I'm not a lawyer, so I can't answer that, but I think certain things are still privileged, even if a person has died, if other people are involved. And it's still like a pending thing. Like there's limits to privilege, but there's also some
Yo, get the AI out of here, bro. I said, does attorney client, it auto finished, client privilege survive death. Stop listening to me, you dumb bitches in the AI tech sphere. I don't have any money. Stop advertising me shit. I only buy the same 6 things I always buy. Okay, I'm not trying any new brands.
Tim Ballum says privilege can pass to the estate.
Which is where we got these emails from. Well, the first round. Well, the first round of files and shit like that we got from Epstein's estate, which did listen to a congressional request for those documents. Because Cash Patel at this, I mean, I know the news cycle goes fast, but it was only 6 months ago. Cash Patel was saying that is all the files.
Yeah.
And then shit started coming out from the estate. And then like names were getting close to being cut out. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll just put everything out because Massey jumped on our shit. I'm a counselor, and it's not privilege info anymore when someone dies. Yes, attorney client generally survives the death of the client in the United States, as confirmed by the Supreme Court in Swidler and Berlin versus United States, 1998. The privilege continues because the trust required for legal representation remains necessary after death, with the personal representative, executor, usually holding the power to waive it.
So, here's a question from Crystal. Does privilege mean it's sealed? So I'm not a lawyer. However, in the case of the president, privilege means that his conversations are privileged and people don't have to disclose what they talk about with the president of the United States unless he says. At least that's the Trump administration's interpretation of it.
Which is sounds wrong to me.
There are certain things that are privileged because they're confidential or top secret. Like privileged conversation with the president is usually an intelligence briefing. That's privileged.
No, that's I think you're conflating classified with privilege.
No. I mean like if someone were to like have a conversation with the president, and yeah, you're right. There's a difference between classified and privileged, but like there's stuff that like when you talk with the president that only you and the president are aware of. And that's privileged. So like you don't have to disclose that without being compelled to do so.
I don't know how, but that doesn't go towards Trump and his question. We can back it up again and re-listen to the question, but she's bringing up privilege in a completely inaccurate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's not using it in the right phrasing at all, which is probably starting the confusion.
She's bringing up the Trump definition of privilege, which means any conversation with anyone related to the president is you can't talk about it. It's basically Trump saying keep your mouth shut or else.
Yeah, or else I'll release your name like I did everybody else.
We will discuss that later. I also found an email that I have right here from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell that was unredacted. And it included notes of statements that Donald Trump made about his prior relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there is no reason for this to be hidden from the American people. There is no privilege. There is no attorney-client privilege. And I see you're checking with your staff. And I can assure you, staff, this is not under attorney-client privilege because it was sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. Will you commit to publicly providing the unredacted version of this so that the American people can understand the extent of Donald Trump's lies about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
You're about as good of a lawyer today as you were when you tried to impeach President Trump in 2016. Have you apologized for that in 20?
Nobody needs to apologize for trying to impeach President Trump either time.
Don't break the law and you won't get impeached.
Yeah, don't break the law and you won't get impeached.
19.
So will you unredact this? Will you
were
unredact
lead
this?
counsel on that. Privileged.
I'm asking you, will you unredact this?
Privileged.
Privileged, of course.
So who's our client?
Discussing.
Yeah, who's the client here? If it's an email from Epstein to Maxwell and it just contains information about Donald Trump, who's privileged?
Because they can't release that because they had to move her to the soft spot and make sure all of her emails were redacted and all that shit.
Yeah, but does that mean that the DOJ is representing Ghislaine Maxwell now?
Yes. Why the fuck? She went from max security to fucking puppy prison. So y'all tell me.
Like, it's crazy.
This is an active cover-up at this point. Active.
Yeah, no, the congressman said, how is this attorney-client privilege? It's an email from Epstein to Maxwell. One of them is not on this planet anymore, and the other one is in prison. And she already gave up a bunch of information. She probably gave that up in the investigation of her.
Right.
So Pam Bondi is talking out her ass here. She's just using privilege as a cover for everything.
I have the meeting note between the two bank robbers. Well, I'm not unredacting that. It's privileged information. Who are you protecting, lady?
And here we go. Here's a good one. You acted like she redacted all that stuff. It's her job.
She's the attorney general.
I love how everyone is accountable and not accountable at the same time. She's in charge of the FBI. She's in charge of Kash Patel. His department
Kash Patel's boss.
Right.
Like, did you guys not know that? They're not equals. He works under her. You guys are aware of that, right? The FBI falls under the DOJ.
It's so crazy. There's so much fucking cope in the chat.
This more.
Jeez,
now,
guys.
These are obviously improper redactions.
And let me stop for a minute.
I'm talking.
If they're not privileged,
quiet.
Don't yell at me. If they're not
Mr. Chairman, would you stop the
privileged,
clock? This is on your time. It's not on Mr.
If
Goldman.
they're not
Even though
privileged,
you used your
we review
improper
them and they're not-
redactions
You'll like my answer.
to
If we
continue
review
to
them and they're not
protect
privileged,
Donald
Hold on,
we
Trump.
will
hold
be
on.
happy to release them.
Hold on.
Quiet in the chambers, please. Quiet in the chambers.
We'll stop the clock. We'll stop the clock. Time belongs to the member. Go ahead.
Yeah, that one.
Even though you used improper redactions to protect Donald Trump and other predators associated with Jeffrey Epstein, you did the exact opposite thing with the survivors and victims of this scheme. So their identification information was really the only thing required to be redacted, and it was not. And it's clear this was not a mistake. This was not by accident. This was not because you only had 30 days when you really used 75, and that doesn't even include all the hours last March.
Hold on, pause it.
You were
Pause it real
redacted.
quick. Sorry, y'all. And this whole because she said this probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh, Mikey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I will wax poetic about this. So 3 or 4 times she complained that there isn't enough time. They only gave us 30 days. 30 days is not enough time. There's 3 million files. Okay. Let's break that down piece by piece. First of all, you said that you gave us everything. That was a lie. Then you said, well, at first she said she had everything and it was sitting on her desk and she was ready to put out the client list on her desk. She was just waiting for her crew to get done redacting it. Fine. It never came out. They never produced it. They said they're still working on it. All this time passes. That's when Massey and the rest of them get that, what is it? Oh, discharge petition. Good. When they get the discharge petition, and this is after Kash Patel said with Dan Bongino on a Fox News interview that there's nothing to see here. Epstein killed himself. There's no co-conspirators. Open and shut case. Todd Blanche goes to fucking New York or was it New York? I think it was New York. Where was Maxwell being held before she got moved to Texas? I forget where that was. But then Todd Blanche goes and does an interview with Giz Stain, and she decides to, Trump was nothing but a gentleman. Yeah, I'm going to which one? Oh, good. And she's just sitting there playing with fucking pit bulls that are going to be training animals or whatever, or German shepherds. Like, everyone has asked everything the correct way. So all of this outrage and subterfuge and all this stuff, this is the process, right? Like, this is how we find out what happened. She is actively making it impossible for people to find out what actually happened. Now everyone can speculate about why that happens, but I think it's undeniable that it's happening. It went from it's on my desk, and remember when she handed out the binders to all the fucking right-wing influencers? It had all this stuff in it, and then that was phase 1, and phase 2 was going to come out. Everything like, I know the timeline is fucky, but that whole part of the investigation ground to a halt. Nothing was happening. Nothing was coming out. They had to literally fucking bipartisan pass a law that the president signed. And then she said, I don't have enough time to finish this. You said you were done already. If you're done already, then just put it out. What's the problem? But I guess she wasn't done already and she needed more time. Okay, so then why are you what the hell? Come here, cat. God damn it. The cat is stuck on the dog bed. Come here, you.
Yeah, I just had to deal with a blind dog that was stuck in a room that he didn't know where he was.
Yeah, Dingbat likes to make biscuits on the dog bed, and then he gets the dog bed stuck to his claws and runs through the house with a dog bed attached to him.
We have a question from the chat. Regardless of the files, how do you feel Trump's second term is so far? Otherwise, I think he's done a rather good job getting us back in order. In what regard? To answer your question, I think he's still the worst president ever.
What metrics are you saying are positive?
If it's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, listen,
it's at $50,000.
That is completely unconnected from reality.
She was held in Florida. Okay, so she went. Giz Stain went from Florida to Texas after talking with Todd Blanche for 9 hours, and there's nothing to see here, guys. And now she's over here like, I'll tell you all the co-conspirators if you give me clemency. So you do know what happened. So there are co-conspirators. Like, that's what you should be surmising from this. The fact that she's willing to testify for protection means that there's people that she could give up. Now that that's confirmed, go through the files and find the people and don't give her a deal. Hello.
Hey, we got some friends coming over from the Politics Social channel.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Push the buttons. Countercap says, do you think the disclosure of victims' info was due to incompetence or deliberate intention? I think it's on purpose.
I think it's both, actually. I think
little A, little B.
Yeah, I think it's a little. I think there is deliberateness, and I think there's a lot of incompetence in the redactions of these fucking. Because if they were doing it with any sort of competency, then they'd be able to hide more of it.
Right.
but they're just bad at it.
Oh, 2 British pounds from Tim Ballon. Mike D has done a Bondi cartoon over on Blue Sky. I will have to look. Thank you for your generosity, Mr. Tim Ballon. Appreciate you. Okay, keep it rolling there, Tim.
All right.
It, but I'll tell you why it's clear it wasn't a mistake. There is an email entitled Epstein
Don't
Victim
feel
List.
safe. The real
There are
danger in this
32
country
names.
is white boys.
1 is redacted, 31 are not. So someone looked at it and decided to redact something. And I will tell you,
look at the stats,
that is clearly intentional to intimidate these survivors and victims. Now, in an interview last week,
How will you tell me that's intentional?
in an interview last week, Deputy Attorney General Todd
You
Blanche
can't go off script.
said that any victim that
Bitch,
I
neither
know,
you.
I know she ain't talking about a script. Girl, they had to
She's got
give
a
you
whole
two,
fucking.
they had to give you 2 separate binders because they couldn't trust you to know which line to read.
It's very funny that she's like, he can't go off script when she has to look up her answers in a fucking book.
Her opening statement was abysmal.
Yeah.
Like, she is a terrible reader. And I'm not the best. I'm better at speaking extemporaneously, but I'm telling you, man. Whew.
Look at this fucking guy right here. The sad part is she's outsmarting them all. Not only does she not answer questions, but she's smearing them all along the way.
Hey, wait. She's outsmarting them to do what? Protect pedophiles?
Yeah, what is
Like,
she
they're
outsmarting them?
asking, can you prosecute the pedophiles? And you're like, she's outsmarting them all. That's think of what you're rooting for 2 seconds. Stop the red
Mikey,
versus blue shit.
Clearly she's smarter than all of them.
Oh my
She gets
God.
she gets to not answer the questions she's being asked and smear them at the same time. That's
But this is what they want for victories, is clips of her being smeared. The victory is the people getting arrested that are fucking guilty of the crimes.
Mikey, listen.
only good happen.
You guys have been so brainwashed into this red team versus blue team shit. For fuck's sake. No, you are rooting for it.
You guys are rooting for the fucking pedophiles at this point.
Yes, you are. Just like you guys fucking rooted for fucking COVID when you said, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to cough in everybody's face. Like, okay, the virus appreciates your support.
Yeah.
And the pedophiles appreciate your support.
You're on the side of the rich and the powerful who think they can do whatever they want, including pedophilia.
And they're rooting for Pam Bondi to obscure the truth and not answer questions. Or is it a Democratic hoax? Because I was told it was a Democratic hoax and none of this shit actually existed. And all of this shit was just to smear Trump.
See, look, there's so much fucking cope in the chat. Look at this. No, the Democrats are the ones that think that they're rich and they're the ones who've been lying for years and years and years and years. Come on, guys. You're defending Pam Bondi, who's defending a known pedophile.
And we're saying, don't defend Pam, don't defend the pedophiles. And we're the ones that are on the wrong side of this.
All right.
I guess you showed us. Yikes, dude.
Wants to speak with the department has done so, hopefully. Well, thanks to the incredibly brave people sitting here behind you, we can actually ask them if that's true.
No, hold on.
Now,
How?
with the survivors and victims.
Trey S says, I can support Trump as our president and still want Bonnie the fuck out of her job. He picked her.
Well, after he picked Matt Gaetz. Another pedophile. Like
another person with fucking underage issues. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Mikey had to run. If Trump's big campaign was surrounded by releasing the files or whatever, then how come they had to pass a law to force him to release the files? Why didn't he just do it on day one? He could have done it in his first term and he didn't do it. He spent 10 years not doing it. So, you know,
who are here, please stand up one more time. Just by show of hands, how many of you or your loved ones actually have met with the Department of Justice and provided testimony and estimate and evidence? None. And of those of you who have not met, which is everyone, how many of you have reached out either individually or through a lawyer or representative to offer to provide testimony and evidence?
He did indeed lie.
All of them. And of those all of you who have reached out,
the credibility
how many
of the
of you were
Republican Party.
denied or ignored by the Department of Justice?
She keeps
All of
freaking
them.
switching the input
And
on the
despite
TV
the
to like
shameful and
HDMI
despicable
4.
efforts
It's like, stop doing
by Ms.
that.
Bondi.
She keeps switching it to VCR. We don't even have a VCR.
There's no HDMIs plugged in. The Xbox is in my office. There's nothing to do on the other inputs. Stop pushing buttons. One button on the goddamn TV, and she finds it and just holds it to move it to a different fuck. I'm like, how did you even figure that out? And why do you continually do that? Leave the TV alone.
In her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice? All of them. Well, Ms. Bondi, it looks like you have some more witnesses
Gentlemen, this
to
time has
talk to,
expired.
and I yield back.
We will go to the good gentleman from North Carolina,
Did
Congressman Knott.
you see this?
Thank
May I
you.
have a
Did you
moment?
see this?
What? I
If
mean, I guess
that's
that's
what-
I guess
if-
that's kind of true, right?
Like,
Trump doesn't want her to answer questions.
she's not answering. She has a whole binder of whataboutisms for each person. Democracy Now! Got some reporting from Reuters this morning. They got a picture of her
Oh,
binder
yeah.
when the page is flipped up.
They
It's
had that the first time.
it's just distraction. She has a whole binder of distractions. When anyone that she doesn't agree with asks her a question, she just insults them. And according to what's his face up there, that's a good thing. They're like, yo, how come we can't see who this guy is who is trafficking children? And she's like, well, how come your mama's fat? And they're like, yeah, how come your mama's fat? Got him. Bro, what about the fucking question? Weird.
Congressman,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Oh,
Here we go. Here's
more
the
of the- more of the
photograph. This
slideshow.
is why.
Mr. Chairman, I want to begin by acknowledging the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's horrific abuse who are in the room with us today. I want to thank all of you for your bravery in speaking out. I want to say that you and the other survivors of these heinous crimes deserve better from this Department of Justice. In particular, it is shocking that the department did not redact the names of Epstein's victims, but it did redact the names of their abusers.
Okay, hold on. Tim, pause it.
I don't know.
All right, all of yous in the chat. Let's just show of hands. 1 in the chat if you agree, 2 in the chat if you disagree. Pam Bondi should be reprimanded for not redacting the victims' identities. 1 if you agree, 2 if you disagree. I think that should be a unifying question. There should be nothing but ones in the chat. God damn it, tons of mice, you motherfucker.
6, 7.
God damn it. I hate you.
There's lots of ones.
Lots of ones. Okay, we can agree on that then, at least 1 and 6, 7. Who is that? Tim Ballum, god damn it.
You can tell who the regular listeners are.
Look at this. See, motherfuckers are just obstinate. Just refuse to fucking go with the program. You know what I'm saying? Okay, okay. Explain yourself. She revealed the people's identities who are victims of these monsters. And you don't think that she should be punished for leaking their information when she literally took an additional, I mean, she said she had it on day 1, but she's 75 days past the due date and she's still, fucking shit up. So why is that okay to you?
I don't know if we're going to get that answer.
Well, Zepper Warden, you should be typing away right now. That's how this show works. If y'all think that this is just some coping for the Democrat show, no. We're trying to snap people out of their freaking bubbles over here.
God damn it, Simply Secular Dave.
They're all getting us. And look at it, did the hands and everything. What the fuck, Dave? He's gonna do like a hand and then a 6, and then hit enter, and then a hand and a 7, then a hand and a 6, and then. Okay, well, maybe she's not gonna answer. But I think it should be pretty clear that the victims' names should not have gone out.
Right.
That was the only thing that they wanted redacted was the victims. So the fact that Lex Wexner, as asked earlier, was redacted when he's not a victim, he's a co-conspirator, of which Kash Patel told us there were none.
Right.
And that is the problem we're having right now.
And when Thomas Massey and a few other congressmen went to the first time they went to go look at the documents, and they found not only Wexler, but 5 other people that were redacted for no other reason than that they were rich and powerful, and they didn't want their names disclosed, I suppose. They weren't victims. They were part of the scheme. They visited the island or whatever.
Or let us see the fucking financial records.
Yeah.
So then we don't have to go bothering victims and stuff like that, because they're most likely not in the financial records. Why are those redacted?
Why is anything redacted besides the name and information of the victims and the pictures of the victims?
I mean, Massey had it up there. They had the email saying, here's the list of the victims' names that we don't want to get out. They posted that. Literally the thing telling you don't post this. Okay, let me put that up there. But I redacted Trump's name, so we're good. Like, what is wrong with these people? This is what happens when you fucking trust AI to do a human's job. There you go. Another reason why I hate AI.
Whether this was done out of incompetence or whether it was deliberate and malicious. But either way, it is completely unacceptable. Even more troubling, the DOJ has failed to bring any of these perpetrators to justice. Instead, it has engaged in a relentless pursuit of Donald Trump's perceived enemies. I want to focus on just one example. The Attorney General of my home state of New York, Tish James. This DOJ has been hell-bent on securing an indictment against Ms. James for something, anything, simply because she held Donald Trump's companies accountable for years of financial fraud. And indeed, the department manufactured an investigation against her for alleged, quote, mortgage fraud. But the U.S. attorney leading the investigation, Eric Siebert, a Trump appointee, refused to bring charges against Ms. James because there was simply no evidence. Unfortunately, a prosecutor who refuses to do Trump's bidding has no place in this DOJ, so Mr. Siebert was forced out. Trump could not contain his fury. Fury that he expressed.
We have a super chat. Tim Ballum, 5 British pounds. Maybe he was a victim and he was being blacklisted.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
Very interesting point, Tim Ballum. For him to be blackmailed, there would have to be blackmail material.
That's true. What are they blackmailing him with?
You can't blackmail him if he just refused to participate in any crimes. What you say, you know him? Oh, I'm going to tell everybody that you know me. Everybody knows that I know you. Only way that he could be blackmailed is if he's guilty of something that he didn't want to get out. Otherwise, because that's the thing about this, Epstein had no power over people until he got them in compromising positions, recorded them, and then used those recordings and that knowledge to extort them for cash and blackmail them for cash. Or influence or privileges or benefits, whatever, however you want to phrase it, to his ends. But you can't. I mean, I'm not in the Epstein files. Release all that shit. I'm not in there doing anything wrong. Why would I care? But it's very odd that Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, all these fucking Republican sycophants up here on this fucking judicial committee, all these people are defending Epstein's privacy and Maxwell's privacy, and this is seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
It does seem a bit odd that they're, once again, y'all are defending Pam Bondi, who's defending a pedophile.
I've
a
never
ring of
had my
pedophiles.
flabbers so gasted.
It's unreal.
You in a social media post addressed to you by name. I'm sure you've seen it. Quote, I fired him and there is a great case he wrote to you about, Mr. Siebert. Then we moved down. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility.
That's
They
the sound
impeached me
part, yeah.
twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing.
Oh, yeah, pause that,
Justice
pause that,
must be
pause that.
served.
Can you read what that says? Because this is
I'm not. No, you're not gonna hit any buttons, right?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just
Okay.
saying because like
Okay.
the rest of that shit is really like. Now this is the one that he was, it was like one or what does it have the time on there? 6:44,
yeah.
8:44.
It was 6:44.
So he's just done with dinner, and he says, or I can kind of read it.
Look at it. It's his platform, and he only got 15,000 retweets. and
Dude, there's probably
49,000
not
likes.
even 15,000 people on there. Pam, I've reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Shift, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Then we almost put.
Here, I got the rest of it.
It's
We
still
almost
there.
put a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who is never going to do this job. That's why the 2 of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit. And that's not the case. No, I fired him.
That's
and there's a
secret,
great
yeah.
case. And many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We cannot delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President DJT. I like how in personal conversations with people, he uses his nicknames for people like Adam Shifty Shift. By the way, so those investigations that were brought up against most of those people, Comey got his charges dropped. Letitia James couldn't even get her indicted.
Right.
So like, it's funny watching this stuff in the future and how wrong Donald Trump is in the past.
Right.
And where is Lindsay Halligan now? That is a good question.
Yeah, she got told she couldn't actually have that job because he can't actually just infinitely keep picking people. The law says you get to pick a person.
Yeah.
And then you fired that person. So you don't just get to just shove a new person in there. You better go call him back and be like, look, man, apparently I only got one bite at the apple. Tim Ballin with £2 British pounds. Thank you so much, Tim Ballin. You're very generous. They would still be a perp and a victim. Still be a perp and a victim. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, and obviously, you followed that order. Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former defense lawyer who had never prosecuted a case in her life, was installed to
She
replace
was an
Mr.
insurance
Siebert,
lawyer.
And it was clear that part of her mandate
I
was
thought
to go
you were going to
after
be cool because you're
Ms.
named
James.
after a Pokemon.
Halligan immediately sought an indictment, which a court dismissed because Halligan was illegally put into the role. But your department was undeterred. And not once, but twice, it tried to indict Attorney General James in separate courts. Both grand juries rejected you and refused to indict her. It is
Which is
practically
rare.
unheard of for a grand jury to refuse an indictment.
Yep.
In 2016, it happened in just 6 cases out of over 150,000 offenses.
Jesus.
Holy
shit. And you had it happen twice in the same week in 2 different courts.
What's the percentage on that? 6 out of 150,000?
I'm on it.
That's like a fraction of a percent.
You know, I finally have this fucking calculator button on my Bluetooth keyboard. I'm like, I will use it. And then it's in currency. I'm like, oh, okay. 6 divided by, what was it? 150,000?
Yeah, 150,000.
0.00004%.
Wow.
It's in the 100,000s.
Yeah.
I think.
That must have been humiliating. And now there are reports you are continuing to investigate her.
Tell
the
me
amount of
about it.
resources that have gone into targeting
Tell me
Attorney
about
General
it.
James, months of investigations, multiple failed indictments is astounding. Since your own prosecutors told you that there is not enough evidence to support a conviction, it's clear that you were going after her simply because she held President Trump accountable.
She is
and he
not listening
punish her.
At all.
And she is just
She's
one
looking
name
for
on a long list of
she's looking for the Jerry Nadler page on her fucking burn book.
She's reading through it, so she's refreshed. You know.
Yeah.
Trump political enemies that DOJ is reportedly targeting. From Jerome Powell and Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve to James Comey, numerous Democratic members of Congress.
This deserves. I mean,
I did this. Why can't you?
I literally have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
this is by far the dumbest comment of the day.
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner on that one.
You can't vote for the attorney general.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
And this is the shit I be talking like people like, oh, you can't be so mean to people online. Look at who I have to argue with. I remember back in like 2016, 2018, I used to get into like political debates. These people knew policies, so I started studying policy more and more. This man said, I would have voted for the attorney general if AI backed her.
Oh,
like
that's a real shame.
Like, it's so bad, it's not even wrong. It's like I asked you 1 + 1 and you said caterpillar.
Oh,
I don't
here we
even know how
go.
to help you.
I got a question. Who runs the government? Oh, I really want to know. Who runs the government?
Oh, here we go. Buckle up. Good thing
Buckle up.
I got my background ready. See, right here,
Oh,
you can tell.
Same argument from last time, too. Oh, these younger people don't know how government. Who runs the government? Motherfucker, I have a master's degree in government. I know exactly who runs the government.
Oh, you think just because you went to college?
Yeah, you think you went to college, you know things?
Well, I've been watching Fox News, and that's the same thing as having a motherfucking master's degree. I ain't missed an episode yet.
Listen, I do my own research. My college is the internet.
I went to Facebook University.
I've been on the Heritage Foundation's website. I know what's going on. Idiots. And they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're being so mean to the chat." The chat is always mean to us.
That's not what he said. So no, don't try to see. And this is the other part. Whenever one of you says something stupid, the rest of you try to fucking back them up. Like, oh, well, they meant this. Here's the thing about communication: say what you mean only, and don't say anything else. If you only say what you mean, you won't be taken out of context. And that's not what I actually meant. Well, then fucking slow down. Use the front of your brain and figure out what you want to say before you say it and then say it. But you can't support people's dumb statements and say, well, they actually meant this.
Craig says the three branches of government are the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Margarita.
Army, Navy, Gulf of America. Like,
that's hilarious. Oh, you got a response, Mikey.
Oh, if you too that comment seriously took maybe again, we're gonna put the thing up there. So slow down, guys. Make sure your speech is correct. Make sure there's no typos. So we're not reading gobbledygook. Get them, Zero. It said Al, or it was, or did you mean AI? I don't know what you mean anymore because you're typing.
What is
really
AL?
bad. It said Al. It was definitely a play on words. Even said Bud and Peggy. Definitely what I meant. See what I'm saying, y'all? Like, y'all got to understand that we have to read this nonsense. Please retype your thing and do it in English this time.
The internet's rotting your brains.
You gotta. I have to be able to read your sentences. Calico, stop it. These as wrong and fucking backwards as these people in the chat are right now. They are still American citizens just like me. They just need to be slapped up a little bit because they're acting fucking ridiculous right now.
Ooh, we got an answer. The Federal Reserve runs the government. The independent agency of the government runs the government. That is so incorrect. So I don't want
everyone listen to Jerome Powell from now on.
I know I don't want to boost other people's shows too often, but if you go and watch, you go to a channel called Some More News. They just did an episode on the Federal Reserve and the history of the Federal Reserve. They don't control shit. The Federal Reserve didn't even exist for most of America's history. We didn't have a central bank for the first 150 years of this country.
We didn't have
it was the wild west.
We didn't have ICE until 2003.
So you're wrong. Jerome Powell does not control the fucking boy. Trump is about to fucking oust the dude, and you're like, well, the Federal Reserve controls the government. Come on. They barely control the economy. They fucked up our economy so many times.
Moron. Hey, Moron. I just... Did I miss it? Okay.
Plenty of people know. Plenty of people know who runs the government. Unless you're a conspiracy theorist, and I assume it's the Illuminati or the Freemasons. Right? Or fucking whoever owns the Denver airport.
I'm more inclined to believe with AIPAC. AIPAC is definitely dragging us into the wrong fucking directions. Okay, but I have to understand it's a joke, but if it's written in fucking Sanskrit, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I'll take my lumps, but you got to take a lump too. That shit was barely intelligible. I have no idea what this shit is saying. If you're on your phone, come over to the other one. Come on to the big one.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was not typed well.
I can't tell if it's a joke if I can't tell what you're saying.
It wasn't proper joke structure.
Okay.
John Brennan, Jack Smith, Democratic officials in Minnesota, Chris Krebs, Miles Taylors, and more. And those are just the ones we know about. In contrast to these politically motivated investigations, grasping at something they can charge their enemies with, we now have concrete evidence of disgusting criminality revealed in the Epstein files. So I really have just one question for you. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted?
Now you're getting it.
How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
How many perpetrators are you investigating? That is the question.
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No, you're going to answer the question the way I asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people, but I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Claiming my time.
The time belongs.
I think it's very interesting.
Claiming my time.
I think it's very interesting.
And you can
when
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
God damn it,
indicted,
tons.
the president said they indicted.
God damn it, tons.
Chairman, please stop the clock and stop the clock and restore his time.
Okay, here we go with these
Committee will get in order.
theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentleman from New York. We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you ask a question, the witness gets to answer. You may not like the answer, but she gets to answer.
The question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like the answer, Chairman,
my time.
because it's honest.
Reclaiming
So he asked a
Reclaiming my
4-minute question.
Restore 45
and
seconds,
I am
Mr. Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
answer.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch. Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
Time and I should get back at least 45 seconds.
We will give you a few more seconds. I said that already.
45 seconds.
Okay, I'm timing right now, Mr. Nadler. Go.
All
Reclaiming
right.
my time. The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0. You have been the Attorney General for a whole year, and your DOJ fired the lead prosecutor of this case, sat on evidence this entire time, and claimed falsely last July that there were no more leads. It took an act of Congress for you to finally release part of the Epstein files. And when you did,
Cameraman,
who is operating this camera?
Jesus fucking Christ! You can't have nothing.
Has expired.
Brought to justice, but enormous resources.
Time of the gentleman has expired, and obviously
clear that under your leadership, the Department of Justice no longer works.
All right, pause the video, Sam. Let's see if we can get some more consensus. One in the chat, if you think they should fire these fucking camera people. 2, they should stay and they're doing a great job. Because I am so sick of motherfuckers zoomed into the wall, fucking staring at a water bottle at fucking 700 zoom, fucking moving all over the place.
Plain focusing on a fucking thing way in front of somebody.
Like, what is happening with the camera crews? And then, like, of course, it's MS Now. But there was another committee I was watching the other day. They were fucking paper shuffling the whole fucking time. And it's like, how does everybody forget what television is and how cameras work? Nope.
Oh, we both pressed it.
I got you. You do it.
Don't you remember our agreement?
I'm going to the buttons.
All right. God.
You missed the super chat.
2 British pounds from Allie.
Quiet in the chambers, please. Quiet in the chambers.
Some funds from a foreign country to support you.
I give you a car. Thank you so much. We love you.
Trump, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.
May I answer?
I think our next questioner, Madam Attorney General, is going to give you time to respond to.
Thank you, Chairman.
All kinds of things. So we will turn to the gentleman from
All
Texas.
kinds of things.
Ms. Bondi, you go right ahead. I'm over here.
How dare you?
Time is yours.
Thank you. First, he brought up the president saying they indicted me twice. They sure did. They tried to impeach him twice. And you, Mr. Nadler, were one of the leads on the impeachment. I was on the other side. I lived that with you. During impeachment, you said the president
That's right. She was his personal attorney during the impeachment.
2016
I totally
election.
forgot about
Pause
that.
Mueller found no evidence.
So not to re-dig up all of the impeachment shit, which he totally fucking is guilty of. That was his private attorney in that capacity.
Yeah.
So y'all think she's completely on the level. She doesn't want any of these victims to go unheard. She's gonna expose the people. You think she's the best person for the job when it comes to the Epstein files and Trump's name's all over him, and she was his personal attorney? Same thing with Todd Blanche, another former attorney of Trump.
Oh, by the way,
for the New York stuff.
A minor correction here. He was successfully impeached twice.
Correct.
The Senate did not convict him and remove him from office, but the House did vote to impeach him twice successfully. And there was a trial, and the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court was there, and the Senate all had to vote on it, and not enough Republicans had fucking spines.
Yep.
To vote for it. So
because back at that time, that's when Elon was still on his team. And if anybody fucking bucked the system, it was $60 million into your re-election race for your opponent. It was big, and no one, I don't have all that money. I don't know why the Republicans don't stand up to him now, because him and Elon are on the outs.
I think they're buds again. I think they were hanging out.
But Elon hasn't said a word about giving anybody any money.
That's true. I think that Elon is got whipped into shape by the Tesla shareholders for fucking up their stock. And he's not allowed to do some of that anymore. When was the last time you saw Elon Musk give a political interview?
I mean, last time we saw him, he was crying about his Teslas being set on fire. And
exactly.
Then Fox News took the fucking interview down. I had to fucking find it again somewhere else. I was so mad. God, that pissed me off.
Elon, the only thing he talks about nowadays is fucking rocket ships. He plays with his fucking toys.
Right. In his own little city down in Texas.
Yeah.
But he was his attorney during the impeachment, by the way.
Look at this. Elon didn't back Trump for his first presidential run. You know, neither did Ben Shapiro. And look where that put Ben Shapiro.
I can't remember if he did or didn't.
He didn't. No, Elon was firmly on the side of staying out of it. But he was like, these Democrats, I don't know if I trust them anymore.
Remember when that motherfucker got caught cheating at video games and we cried? Man, I never laughed so hard in my life watching that motherfucker try to play what was that game? Oh shit. That shit was so funny. He didn't even know how to fucking do anything. Level 1 billion fucking gear, and he can't even fucking pick up stuff and put it in his inventory yet.
I know.
That was funny.
Fucking bought and paid for accounts for video games.
He's got fucking modded accounts. Come on, man. You can't have boosted accounts and stream that shit. What are you doing? I'm one of you. No, you're not. Get out of here.
None of foreign interference in 2016. Have you apologized to President Trump?
Why is she always asking people to apologize for the president for impeaching him?
That's
like,
their job.
That's their job. It's what happened. He got impeached for crimes, high crimes and misdemeanors, guys. Hate to say it, but he got impeached twice. For the first time for foreign interference in elections and abuse of power, and the second time because he tried to do an insurrection.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It was just it was a tour.
Oh yeah, they were peaceful protests. That's why so many of them had to be pardoned, and that's why so many of them are back in prison or charged of other crimes.
It was a peaceful protest. That's why I pled guilty to insurrection.
Honestly,
pleaded, not pled. I feel like it should be pled, but it's pleaded.
It should be. It is pleaded.
Have you apologized to President Trump, all of you who participated in those impeachment hearings?
Everyone here should apologize to the president
should be apologizing
right now.
You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. I'm not going to put
audience
up with
of one.
You know, all they want to do.
Audience of one.
All the
exactly.
American people need to know this.
Nobody needs to hear this except for one person, and he's sitting in the fucking residence of the White House right now, watching this on TV. While he's drinking a Diet Coke and eating a burger.
Or meatloaf.
Or meatloaf. Whatever the fuck he's got going on up there, man. But yeah, Pam Bondi is only playing to an audience of one.
They are talking about Epstein today. This has been around since the Obama administration. This administration released over 3 million pages of documents. Over 3 million.
With 2 sentences that you can read.
Trump signed that.
Under the threat of law, under punishment of law, an act of Congress forced them to do this. They didn't do it of their own free will. And everyone in the chat is pretending that like fucking Trump wanted these files released and they wanted them released. And Trump, his whole campaign was about releasing the Epstein files. He could have done it on day one if he wanted to. His first fucking stupid executive order could have been release the Epstein files and then it would have been done.
Obama.
Obama. But he didn't. He waited until he was forced to. He waited, and then they waited another 2 months after that. And then still don't have all of them.
And then still put the victims' names out there. After they said they needed more time to keep the victims safe, and then they fucking victimized them again. Golly. Just don't help anymore.
Here we go. And Trump could have vetoed it if he wanted to. He couldn't have vetoed shit. You know what happened if he vetoed it? The House and the Senate would have
looked even more guilty.
Yeah. The House and the Senate would have overrode his veto because there was unanimous consent in the Senate and most of the House voted for it too. So it wouldn't have fucking mattered if he vetoed it.
Pop quiz, and this is for everybody, but HRP Fayetteville, you can answer first if you can win the race. Here comes the question. If Trump vetoed it, how many votes for the House to overturn it? Boom, boom. I love timpanis. God damn it.
God damn it, tons.
Stop 670.
So, and I think there's a little confusion in the chat here. So this is how government works in America, right? When the House and Senate pass a bill, right? Even if they pass it, even if they pass it, like let's say 99 out of 100 senators vote for it and 434 members of the House voted for it. It is technically veto proof, but the president has the ability to veto it if he wants, and then it goes back to the House and the Senate for a 2/3 vote to override the veto. So he knew that there's no way that his veto was going to stick. It would have delayed things a couple of days, maybe a week, but it would have just gotten back to him, and the Congress would have been like, well, no, you have to sign it. Like, he had to sign it. There was nothing he could do except for delay and delay and delay, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Tim.
So,
Tim.
yeah, it was technically veto proof, but he could have put on a show and vetoed it if he wanted, and then
Tim.
Yeah.
It's 2/3 vote.
Yeah,
What
so that's
2/3?
2/3.
What percentage is that?
66.
Point.
6.
And you round up to?
God damn it.
God damn it. It's 6-7%.
6-7.
God damn it. Is this like that fucking Jim Carrey movie 13 where I'm just going to start losing my mind and start seeing 6-7 everywhere? I should hope not. I know there's a lot of people voting in the poll. I'm looking at the poll results. Just a quick update. The poll's been going for 2 hours now. On the landscape, 100% no. Do you think Pam Bondi is fulfilling her obligations to the victims? In the vertical stream, 24% yes, 76% no.
I mean, that's a pretty good sample. I think even some of the MAGA folk are voting against Bondi on this one.
They have to be at this point, or else it would have been even starker. But fucking 6-7%. God damn it. Why do I ask? I should just shut up. I just be saying shit.
Law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them ask Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000.
I see what happened here. And listen, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
You're reading from a paper.
Yep.
And you forget your place on the paper.
That happens.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Even us.
She was ad-libbing her "you must apologize to Donald Trump" stuff. And then she looked down at her paper and it said, oh, by the way, he brought the Dow Jones Industrial Average to over 50,000. So she looked at that and like stuff got crossed in her brain. And then
crossed applesauce.
The train of thought that she was on crashed and burned. And this is the result.
And got hit by a train.
Word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic
Two trains
is that?
collided.
You know why? Because Donald Trump,
in the air.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over $50,000 right now. The S&P at
She was
almost
going to say dollars.
She did on the first
and
go
the
round.
NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
We'll dump off into him when we wrap up.
Oh yeah. We'll wrap up soon.
Be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan.
Well, yeah, what does that have to do with the fucking anything?
How many co-conspirators have you investigated?
Well,
the Dow is at $50,000. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, Pam Bondi. Also, that all guesses are wrong. Let me just put this up here real quick. Oh, the Dow, huh? The Dow. The Dow drops 500 points. It's now below 50,000. See, that's why you can't say those kind of things. You date yourself. Mikey, once again, it's AI that is fucking with the stock market.
No, it's perfectly safe to use, and it doesn't have any long-term or short-term hazards. I don't know why people would say that.
I don't know why people would say that either. But yeah, so the Dow, guys, the Dow, the all-important Dow Jones Industrial Average.
But Tim, she said it's at $50,000. It looks there like it's dropped. below $50,000. Poor us. You know what I mean? Poor us.
DOJ says it logs Congress members' searches to protect victim information, by the way.
Yes, I did notice that they were keeping track of what people were searching in the files. Tons.
The Dow is down?
What?
Oh, boy.
All right,
Pam Bondi clearly doesn't know anything about anything.
Go back 10 seconds. Let her continue to fucking face plant because I think people.
Oh, you know what, Mikey? You should record her little the Dow.
No, I don't want her on the soundboard. She makes me
Talking
too
about
angry.
making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan. Committee will be in order. Mr. Jordan, am I going to
Jasmine
have an extra
Crockett is going
45 seconds
off.
added to my time? The committee will be in order. The time belongs to the gentleman from Texas. Ms. Bondi, the Attorney General can respond.
Thank you. The Dow has shattered 50,000 for the first time. This is crazy. They said it couldn't be
doesn't
done
know
in
how to
4
even
years,
talk
yet
about it.
President Trump has done it
What the
in
fuck
1
is she
year.
talking about?
National median rents have fallen to a 4-year low thanks to Donald Trump. That's why they want to focus on Epstein and our most transparent president.
You're the
in
Attorney
nation's
General.
history. The murder rate, as I said, has plummeted to a 125-year low thanks to Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, Donald Trump did all that.
Hold on, pause. And for the people who weren't here in the beginning of the show, I find it hilarious that fucking democratic big large cities make sweeping changes to their cities to adjust how the world works here and to clean up some of the crime and some of the problem areas in our cities. And then as soon as this motherfucker getting off, he's like, yeah, I did that.
I did. I lowered the crime rate.
I did it. It wasn't you. This like they do that with Chicago all the time. They're always talking about how send us in there and we'll make it better. Bitch, it is better. It is already lowering as it stands already. And then you just come in at the end of the thing like, yeah, we did that. You're welcome. You're welcome.
we did that. You're welcome. Hey guys, we remember we got the crime rate down when we stopped committing all those crimes.
Well, every time you violate somebody's rights with ICE, that is a crime. So if only she counted fucking crime.
It's very funny that they refuse to prosecute people for crimes. Therefore, the crime rate is down.
Haha.
Haha.
What are they doing negatives for all of the pardons?
This is like Trump when Trump was like, oh man, we can't have all this COVID testing because our numbers are way up on COVID. We got to stop all this testing.
You're just doing too much testing. You're just testing too much. That's why the numbers are up.
We got to stop all this testing. Otherwise, our numbers will just be through the roof.
Right.
Like, come on. This guy, all he's concerned about is public image and how he looks. And I got to say, Pam Bondi, like, you're going to be thrown under the bus.
Oh, very soon.
Once like enough shit hits the fan, she's going to be the person who's blamed for all this. Trump does not like being blamed for things.
It's like the classic film Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises. The one with Heath Ledger. I don't know which one that is. Is that Dark Knight? Yeah, because Batman Begins is the first one.
Yeah.
No, I'm here to kill the bus driver. You're all clowns, and he's the clean clown, and he's gonna get you. He's gonna make sure he makes it to the end. You're not making it to the end. This is Squid Game. They're gonna Squid Game you. They're gonna push you off of that little fucking glass platform and splat your ass on the floor. What are you talking about?
Unprecedented 9 straight months. There were 0 illegal border crossings at the southern border.
That is a lie.
How the hell would you know?
Should be focused on.
You know what? Her own Department of Justice and Border Security and ICE all acknowledge that there are still border crossings. But they live in an alternate fucking reality. An alternate fucking reality. their own administration. And every time this comes up for some fucking reason, like, oh, they're having border crossings in 9 months. As soon as Trump became president, the border just closed.
Yes, hi, welcome to the southern U.S.-Mexico border. What's your name? John Smith. Oh, John Smith. Okay. Are you an undocumented migrant? No. Okay, put that down as no. You're a legal citizen? Yes. Okay, legal. Right after you. Oh, wait a minute. Like, what are y'all talking about? People are allowed to, like, most people overstay visas. That was the large part of it. That and asylum seekers, which is on the books already. So if you don't like asylum, you're too fucking late. You shouldn't have lost the fucking race in 2020.
I very much like this. So Pam Bondi is a lawyer, and she just has a justice degree, right? So she had to go and get a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, probably, and a master's, and then she had to get her justice degree. So is she brainwashed too? I just want to know if we're all fucking, if anyone who has a degree from college is fucking brainwashed. Is Pam Bondi fucking brainwashed? Just asking questions.
Isn't that perjury?
I mean, yeah, she's lying to Congress under oath. Will they prosecute it? Probably not.
Oh, man.
It's a real... God damn it. You can't have my cup either, Tons. I just got this fucking thing.
You just had that fucking thing. Tons, 20 going once, twice. Sold to the tons of mice in a trench coat. Okay. Now we're just lying. Let her burn out some more. Come on. Because we didn't hear Jayapal, right?
This president has done and will continue to do to keep America safe and to make Americans safe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Attorney General Bondi, right here. We are joined in this room by some of the thousands of survivors from Jeffrey Epstein's horrific sex trafficking.
We'll do Jayapal, then we'll get the fuck out of here.
But we didn't get to that's why I didn't want to watch all these boring people.
Who's left?
I have on my notes here. Well, I had like the full thing, but Klein took this. I forget what state he's from. Klein took at 2 hours, 27 minutes. Klein decides that suppressors are for hearing protection. The Republicans are trying to push a hearing protection act, like the Safe Ears Act, so that they can get rid of the restrictions on suppressors for their ARs. Because you know, they don't want to just hurt their ears or wear earphones. They just need a suppressor. And Rep Ballant is who I wanted to watch.
Well, here, you put your thing up and we'll watch those clips, and then you want to watch Jayapal though, right?
Yeah, we'll watch Jayapal, then I'll queue up her.
They have shown such incredible courage in speaking out, in demanding accountability to bring the predators and pedophiles to justice. The Epstein file.
All right, I have a question. I know that we're long on time here, but why? What? Huh? What? If we're all brainwashed, then how do you know? Is this like the Matrix and you're fucking Neo?
You're the one person that broke out.
The one person? Are you Morpheus? Did you take the red pill or the blue pill? I know that has an entirely different meaning nowadays, but how are we? I just want to know. Put it in the chat.
Transparency Act required your Department of Justice to disclose the perpetrators connected with Epstein's criminal activities and to redact the information of survivors to protect their identities. Let me show you what actually happened. First, in violation of the law, your department has shown a pattern of redacting the names of powerful predators.
Get the fuck out of here.
Behind me is one example of an email from Epstein to a man whose name was redacted. The email reads, quote, "Where are you?
That's MBS.
Are you okay? I loved the torture video." Only after members of Congress demanded that we see the unredacted files? Did the world learn the name of this individual, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the chairman and CEO of a company that had financial ties to President Trump's business and personal ties to Trump's advisor, Steve Bannon? Second, the survivors were not similarly protected, also in violation of the law. Here is another email titled Epstein Victim List. We have blurred the names of the survivors for their protection, but your Department of Justice initially released this list of 32 survivors' names with only one name redacted.
The worst
along with
list
numerous
to publish.
files that disclose not only the names,
That
the
is-
emails, and the addresses of survivors, but also nude photographs and even the identities of Jane Does who had been
This is
protected
sick
for
shit.
decades until your department released their names. Survivors are now telling us that their families are finding out for the first time.
Yeah, I gotta pause this. Super chat, $2 from the Dark Lord Greg. When Border Patrol is in Minnesota, they can't watch the border.
You gotta look out for the Canadians.
They're watching a border, Greg. They're trying to keep us from escaping to Canada.
Joke's on them.
That they were trafficked by Epstein. In their words, quote, "This release does not provide closure. It feels like a deliberate attempt to intimidate survivors, punish those who came forward, and reinforce the same culture of secrecy that allowed Epstein's crimes to continue for decades." To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice.
Damn.
Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand.
That's where I'm going.
Attorney General Bondi,
Yeah, Scotland it is.
you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement.
Yeah, what
for
the hell? Hit
they
the like
went
button.
through at the hands of Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein.
Oh, damn. What the fuck?
Will
I
you
didn't
turn
realize
to
y'all
that-
wasn't
Hey.
liking. Come on.
Hey, I'll put it up. I'll put it up right now. Hold on.
Please.
Where's
Do I have
the
to say
banner?
please?
Please.
And then if you're on the vertical, hit the hearts, right? Tap the hearts. Get some hearts going.
Like,
I don't know how to do that.
like and subscribe.
Please and thank you.
Actually, hold on. I'll do you one better.
Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow.
He literally said follow him.
He said follow, like and subscribe.
We don't make the
Anyway.
rules.
This has been your shameless self-promotion.
We do need to do more of that.
We do.
And thank you for all of those. We hit our 1,000 recently. So thank you for all those who did subscribe and are tolerating this stuff.
Yes.
It's all for a reason. Trust me.
Them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information.
Congresswoman, you sat before, Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General
Twice.
Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a
Attorney General,
specific
yes, sir.
question
Attorney General
that
can
I would
respond to your
like
question.
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing
smug.
right behind you and are waiting for
so
you
smug.
to turn to them and
Yeah.
apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not
Shut up,
accurate,
Jim Jordan.
Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't
That
like
is,
to
yeah, that is
answer.
not
So,
accurate. They have to answer the questions.
Mr. Chairman,
Why
I have asked
didn't she ask Merrick Garland this?
I'm
Twice
reclaiming
when
my
he sat in
time, and
chair.
when I
will
reclaim my
continue
How
to
time,
fucking
answer.
disrespectful.
Time-
I'm
Yeah.
not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentle lady. The gentle lady has 17 seconds.
Thank
Here's
you.
the problem, Shaza.
You're not going to.
It's going to go up into the DOJ.
Chairman, I'll direct
Yeah.
it to
What a
you.
massive
No, I'm
cover-up.
answering a
Mr.
question.
Chairman, will you
Chairman.
restore her time? The witness is interrupting.
I'm not going to gutter with this woman.
Stop the
She's
time
doing
and
theatrics.
let me have my
The gentlelady from Washington controls the time. The gentlelady has 17 seconds. You can proceed with your final
Thank you.
17 seconds.
What a massive cover-up this has been and continues to be.
She should be held in contempt of Congress, and she should be liable for lying to Congress.
I don't know. It might have been Jamie Raskin. We didn't watch his questioning, but Trump is suing you motherfuckers in the chat for $10 billion because his tax records were leaked by one of the IRS, like they like hire out like firms and stuff like that. Well, one of the guys from one of the firms got a hold of Donald Trump's tax records and then he leaked it to the press. Not okay. You're not supposed to leak to the press that this guy doesn't pay his taxes. Like that's not, you're not allowed to do that. So now Trump is suing us for $10 billion that us taxpayers are going to have to pay if it goes through.
Right.
How much do these victims get to charge the United States government for fucking doxing them when they said, I will protect you? And then they did the literal opposite. And these people are getting phone calls and threats and interviews. And again, some people's family didn't even know, because survivors of crimes don't have to act the way you think that they should. They do what's best for them. They survive in the way that is best for them. How many millions of dollars should we give each one of those people on that fucking list that that the attorney general just doxed? It's R-A-R-E. just gonna throw that out there.
They're just typing so fast to get their comments in. It's so typey.
Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political
Hold on.
campaign it would benefit him. Then you
You are on the vertical. I can see. Go over to the landscape, rewind 10 seconds, listen to what I said again, and then you'll understand. He's the president. He's supposed to be transparent about his taxes. I know, right? But just like those Medicare plans the medical plans we were supposed to get, we're going to get his tax returns too. As soon as he's done with that audit. Remember that lie? I'm under audit, so I can't release
He's always under. You can 100% release your taxes while you're under audit. That has nothing to do. Nothing is confidential that way. Like, there's no like audit client confidentiality agreement. That's not how it works. Wow. Nobody was talking about race, but okay.
Yo, measure me by my enemies. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only to then say that there was no list. Your deputy, Todd Blanche, met alone with Ghislaine Maxwell and transferred her to a minimum security prison. And now you continue the cover-up, and I wish that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you and on a human level,
Chairman, Chair now recognizes the chair.
and what you have done.
Time of the gentlelady expired. The gentlelady, you have no time to yield back. We appreciate that. We appreciate the thought.
Yeah, theatrics.
All right, Mikey.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Ballant from Vermont.
The Epstein case has resonated so.
Back up a little bit.
Okay,
here we go. This is her 5 minutes.
Vermont is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attorney General Bondi, according to your department, a child is sexually abused in the United States every 9 minutes, and the vast majority of survivors never get justice. And that's one of the reasons why I think the Epstein case has resonated so deeply with so many Americans. And the other reason I think is because it has revealed.
Right-wingers, MAGA people, whatever. I want you to listen to this questioning, and you let me know where she goes off the rails and where Pam Bondi is completely justified. You let me know.
Two-tiered system of justice.
I'll be watching
the powerful are protected and the survivors rarely get any accountability. And the Epstein files contain evidence of a multi-decade international criminal conspiracy involving some of the wealthiest and the most powerful people in the world. There's evidence of financial crimes, political corruption, sex trafficking, and of course, horrible sexual abuse. And I want to remind everybody, this isn't a game. These are real people, people who have suffered, who are sitting here with us today, and they deserve answers and they deserve accountability. And I'm here to try to get some for them. Now, I've seen some of the unredacted Epstein files, and obviously, as you know, President Trump's name is all over them, but so are the names of other senior Trump officials: Howard Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce; John Phelan, the Secretary of the Navy; and Stephen Feinberg, the Deputy Secretary of Defense. These men were appointed by President Trump to senior positions in his administration. All of them have clear and confirmed ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Attorney General Bondi, yes or no, has the Justice Department asked Secretary Lutnick about his ties to Epstein?
Excuse me. Secretary Lutnick has addressed those ties himself.
I'm asking you, has the Justice Department specifically asked Secretary Lutnick about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein?
No, this is from yesterday.
Ties himself.
Has the DOJ asked Secretary Phelan about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't know whether he has addressed those or not.
Has the Deputy Secretary Feinberg talked to the Department of Justice about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein? Yes or no? Has the Department of Justice talked to Secretary
doesn't know
Feinberg about his ties
Can't even make
to
up
Jeffrey
an
Epstein,
answer.
which are clearly spelled out in the files? It's a very simple question. It's not a trick question. I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I'm stunned that you want to continue talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Epstein
Okay,
instead
I'm
of a Border
reclaiming my
Patrol
time. I'm
agent
asking
murdered.
you not a trick question, a simple
Stunned.
question. Okay, so what is clear is we have evidence.
Do you know who Chris Malin is?
We have evidence that 3 senior officials within the Trump administration have ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And what I
does
can
ties
conclude,
mean?
I can conclude
What does
from what
ties
you are
mean?
saying that you have not talked to them.
What does ties
So,
mean? Can
I
you
think
define that?
Americans would be shocked to learn that you are not interested in talking with these officials who have ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
What does
across
ties
the
mean?
world,
Can you define that?
across the world,
Can you
prominent
define
men
ties?
who've been exposed in the files have resigned their jobs in disgrace. And that's a good first start. And that
Shout out to the UK.
same
Disgrace is
standard,
not saying the word
this
Chris
same
Malin.
standard should apply here. And Americans want accountability.
Who is Chris Malin?
Was the president
he?
aware? Please stop talking. It is not your time to ask
Who was he?
questions. It is not your time. I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. Chair.
One second.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Vermont.
Was the president aware of Secretary Lutnick's ties to Epstein when he chose him to lead the Department of Commerce? Was he aware?
Chris Malin was a Border Patrol agent.
Okay, so I'm going to conclude that the president, in fact, did know about his ties because he was the next door neighbor.
Shame on you.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
You're
This
from
is
a tiny,
pathetic. This
beautiful
is
state.
pathetic, Mr.
Committee will
Chair.
be in order.
I am not asking trick questions here.
You
The
got your
American
5
people
minutes.
have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary.
Yeah, nobody is.
I'm Attorney General.
My apologies, I couldn't tell.
Ooh, damn. Yo,
By
Mikey, this
2008, we knew
box later.
I know. That's why I watched
that
the whole
Epstein
thing.
was a convicted sexual abuser. And we now know that Lutnick went to Epstein's Island in 2012. How was that not a deal breaker for the president? And why aren't you asking questions of the Commerce Secretary about what he saw when he was at the island, which he lied about not ever going to? Why are you not asking these questions? And I see that my time is almost expired, so I will say this. Do the right thing, Attorney General. Meet with the survivors. They have been asking for a year. Meet with the survivors. Do the right thing. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back.
Rep Ballant. She didn't try to get into this left-right bullshit thing. She's like, okay, this person is in the administration, they're high level, and they're implicated in the files. and they have contradictory statements about their involvement with Epstein. Did you talk to them? I can't believe you're even asking me that, lady.
Yeah.
And for whatever people want to say about like what happened with Biden and all that stuff, fine. Okay, if I grant you everything that you said, Howard Lutnick was not part of Biden's fucking cabinet, but he's part of Trump's. And he lied about going to the island. And he lied about his connection to him. He has never mentioned the fact that he bought property from him in New York for $10. But it came out. And he said, I took the 6 or 7 steps over to my house and I looked at my wife and she looked at me. He told this beautifully woven story about how gross and nasty he was and how I would never be in the same room with him. Okay, if that's true and you're Pam Bondi and then you start looking through these files and his name is popping up and he's asking about, oh, when can I come over for lunch? You don't have a conversation with him after that? That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get like why you guys are mad at us. That motherfucker was lying, bro. He clearly got caught in a fucking lie, and she should be furious that this motherfucker she's getting all this heat over these Epstein files, and he's in here lying to fucking save himself. He should have came out off rip. Yeah, I went over there. We had a couple of business ideas together, and like I had lunch a couple of times, but I was with the family. Nothing happened. If he came out from off rip, and said that, no one would think anything of it. Because maybe it didn't happen when he was around. Like, we don't know the details. They haven't told us. But I'm talking about this motherfucker lied. I haven't talked to him. He's gross. He's gross. This beautifully woven story. All bullshit. All bullshit. And he lied right to your Where's my fucking mouse? He lied to you. He lied to us. Why? I don't even care about punishing him for lying, but why is he lying? Who the fuck is he protecting that you can't? I mean, you went to fucking lunch with your family. Seems pretty fucking innocent. Why lie about it? And why is she throwing 60,000 flashbangs and smoke grenades in the fucking room to make everybody confused? Why? There's only one reason why. And you know what that is. So I get that you guys want to come in here and beat up on us and treat us like the punching bag, because this is fucked. Where's my fucking thing at? This is
sick shit.
We've never had to deal with this as a country. And I get that we're in scary, new, deep water. But we have to be brave and courageous right now. We can't just, I don't want my team to lose. And it doesn't matter whose team they're on, bro. They gotta go. They gotta go. We cannot have a functioning fucking democracy when there's fucking, he is the commerce secretary and he's known to be associated with the world's greatest blackmailer, his fucking description. That's not okay. The president was best friends with the world's best blackmailer for 10 years. We get all of this dude's fucking information and data, and Trump's name is nowhere in it, not even one time. And Howard Lutnick is lying. That should worry you guys. It should worry you. It shouldn't make you like, ugh. Well, this is so Fig Finder says neither group gives a fuck about either one of us. Oh my goodness.
No, I mean, that's kind of the point that we usually make, is that neither group gives a fuck about either of us. Like the Democrats, the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans are that the Democrats are a center right party at this point, and the Republicans are a far right party. They've been dragged to the far right.
There is no
But
left representation right now.
Right. There's no representation for and I'm actually doing research on this right now. More and more Americans feel that neither party represents them. If you go and look at all the polling and whatnot, more and more people are saying I'm independent, I want to be a Democrat or a Republican because I don't feel that either party represents me. It's true. These two huge parties are so homogenized. They don't give a fuck. They're always trying to go after the same fucking coalitions of people, but they don't do anything for those people. When was the last time
we just said that?
We just said that.
That is
like
what we just
Bernie Sanders, and that's it. Like
that is what we said.
That is what we said.
That's what he was bringing up. The fucking no one feels represented anymore.
This is the other conflation that people make. The Democrats and the left are two different things.
100% agree. Democrats are not leftists, are not progressives, are not liberals. It's just the party umbrella, not the ideologies that are underneath said umbrellas, because libertarians are more conservative than Republicans in a lot of ways. But they usually run independent.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, they both claim to be Big Ten parties, and I'm sure that there are like Bernie Sanders, he's not a Democrat, but like AOC is. There's a few other like leftists who are Democrats, or liberals who are Democrats, but that's like such a slim part of the party. Most Democrats, like 20 years ago, you'd be like, that guy's a conservative, or that guy's a Republican or a neocon or whatever. Like, the parties now don't represent the country as it is. And there's no, that's why people are turning off from party registration. That's why people are remaining unaffiliated. I think it's 20%, or was it like about 27% of people say they register as Democrats, and about the same for Republicans. And then everyone else, the other majority of the population, are unaffiliated or unregistered to vote.
Right.
Because they've turned it off. It's all noise. And you know, we can yell at Pam Bondi all we want and the Republicans on that dais, but both sides were putting on a show there.
Yep.
Both sides were putting on a show. The Democrats were being performative, Pam Bondi was being performative, and the Republicans were being performative. They had different audiences for sure. Like we said, Pam Bondi had an audience of one. The only person who needs to care about Pam Bondi's performance is Donald Trump. The Democrats are trying to play to their base, and the Republicans are trying to play to the fucking MAGA base.
I would exclude Massey.
Yeah, except for Thomas Massey, who grew a brain and a spine, and and like, you know, but the rest of those guys, Jim Jordan, the chair of the committee, that dude does not have a spine.
Michelle.
Come on.
Michelle.
Quit cussing.
Who the fuck do you think you are? You fucking get the fuck out of here before I fucking ban you. Don't you say another motherfucking word to me. A fucking island full of fucking pedophiles, and you're worried about my fucking you're trying to tone police us. Girl, please.
YouTube said we could do it.
I'm a grown-ass motherfucking man. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
And by the way, you can say whatever you want.
And Michelle, I'm not trying to attract viewers. We tell the truth, and hopefully people show up. That's how it's always been.
Yeah. We don't have sponsors or anything like that unless we pretend that we have a sponsor who's a friend of the show. Like,
yeah, we say our friends are our sponsors so that they're the two-part systems program. Agreed 100%. Every other country has like 19 different fucking parties. We have 2.
I know y'all like your framers of the Constitution and your
the slave owners.
Yeah. I know y'all like those guys, and you know, most of those guys would fucking agree that the two-party system was fucking broken and should never have existed. George Washington wrote in his farewell address to watch out for this shit because it's bad and it's only going to get worse. The tyranny of the minority is what he said.
Right.
The tyranny of the minority, which is MAGA. I'm sorry, guys, but it fucking is. George Washington knew 250 years ago that if we went down this path of political parties and a two-party system, that eventually we were going to be fucked.
And
now we are.
And since 2010, and here's the thing that the left and the right can agree on. America has gotten dramatically worse since 2010.
Yeah.
Like, it has been on a fucking rocket-powered grenade to the ground since 2010. Things did not used to be this bad.
There is a correction here that needs to be made, and you can go back. I said that the Democrats are center right and the Republicans are far right.
Right. I think they're just saying, like, back when you had slightly left or slightly right. But even still, that framing doesn't accurately portray what, like, Obama was not a leftist.
No, man, he was a moderate.
He was a moderate right.
The dude was a centrist.
Obamacare came from Mitt Romney. It came from the Heritage Foundation. That's not a leftist ideology. That is a right-wing ideology, which is also why they still haven't given you guys a fucking healthcare plan, because they only had one healthcare plan and then Obama snatched it and called it the Affordable Care Act.
Barack Obama was too concerned with making deals with Mitch McConnell.
Right.
That's what his problem was.
Right.
When Mitch McConnell was like, I'm gonna stop his entire presidency, he fucking did.
He was the Grim Reaper. That's what they call him. He was the Grim Reaper of bills, because he would sit there with the rest of the Senate Republicans, and they blocked as much shit as they physically could. And then Obama got cooked on the fucking midterms in the second term.
You guys want to call him like a far right and a radical, or a far left and a radical and all that. He was a centrist. The only thing that President Obama was concerned about was making deals with the Republicans.
Which is
he did Republican things.
Which is, I mean, another large complaint we've always had for Obama over here is the fucking drone strikes.
Right. Here's something you guys will like. Barack Obama's a war criminal.
War criminal. You can't blow up weddings because fucking some Israeli AI algorithm told you that there was this many people in this place, and that makes it a good target.
But then also, like, George W. Bush is a war criminal.
Yep. Biden.
Trump and Biden are both war criminals. Like, that's why we don't submit to the
ICC.
World Criminal Court. Yeah, that's why, because we know that our presidents are war criminals.
Right. Like the same standards we would hold Putin or Xi Jinping or any of these people who are like despotic, like Bolsonaro, all these people who are like, oh yeah, Interpol, get them. Yeah. Take them to The Hague. Yeah. All this. We in America don't participate in that shit because we know we would go. Did y'all know that? That's why we're not a signatory on the ICC. Iran needs a regime change and they're all this.
Hey. Formerly jobless bum.
Ha!
Formerly.
In your face.
Ha ha.
You missed. You're too
It worked
late.
out eventually.
You waited too long. You should have been here a couple of weeks ago.
You should have been here a month ago.
I just wanted to see the D20.
Oh, that's cool. Who else is war criminals? I mean, a lot
of people are.
Pete Hegseth, for sure. Like, where we can all agree Pete Hegseth committed war crimes.
100%. Oh, did you read this one? Oh shit. We had a super chat. $2.
Oh, super chat. Sorry, we missed super chat. Allie, £2 some more foreign funds or sponsorship. See, we don't need your American money. We have foreign sponsors.
Unbelievable.
Sponsored by other people.
So I hope you guys, the people who remain, I hope you kind of understand what this show is more or less about. We are on the people's side only. Only. Anybody can. Where's my smoke? Where you don't want to? Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's gone. It's gone forever.
Mikey.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
I'm forever flabbergasted that you don't have universal healthcare. Patty, we've been trying to tell them this shit for fucking 6 years, and they keep arguing with us like it's stupid. 6 years of arguing with these motherfuckers on the internet, and they still think universal healthcare is stupid. Anyway, the BS that comes out of the current admin,
sorry,
just shocks the heck out of pretty much every other country. They don't realize that they're in an asylum. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand that things are not going in a proper and correct fashion, that they are being taken advantage of, that their futures are being sold off to billionaires just because the billionaire gave the guy money and gave him unfettered access to all of our social security information.
Yeah.
All of our fucking data has been compromised, and they don't care. They just don't care, because as long as I can root for the blue team losing something, it doesn't matter.
That's your data, dumbass.
Like, I don't understand. Communist.
Pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that on the soundboard. And again, guys, we are on the people's team, which should be the team that you're on too. But you've decided that you should put a jersey on. We're not wearing any jerseys. If we find candidates that we like, we'll promote them. But parties, no. We've never been this is a Democrat show, or this is a Republican show, or this is an independent show.
Yeah, we support individual candidates who we think are aligned with what we want.
What's good, what's best for the voters, the taxpayers.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers that make this, like, for Elon Musk and Trump and all them and all these and Bezos, for them to fucking wake up in the morning and have a cup of coffee or a Diet Coke or a slice of meatloaf, whatever the fuck they eat, or a bag of pills, whatever people are eating for breakfast these days.
Bag of pills. Oops, all pills.
It's just cereal with fucking orange juice in it. But for our society to work, they need us.
That is true.
Without roads, without schools, without hospitals, without grocery stores, without colleges, without all of this shit, without all of the jobs that we have, whether you like them or not, whether they are high paying or not, all that tax money goes into one spot to the Treasury, and then our government decides how to spend it. Congress decides, president approves, and makes sure that it's spent that way. Bro, hold on. I'm cooking. Okay. That is not, you can star them on the top right, I think. And then
okay.
Yeah. And then we can get them later. That's not happening anymore. So we are keeping the machinery going, and they're saying, yes, let's take the machinery in this direction so that I can personally enrich myself. They don't care about maintenance on the machinery, the rights of the machinery. Like, they don't care. What I'm telling you is, left or right, we pay too much fucking money, and rich people pay too little money for us to not get anything out of this. This is our fucking country, bro. Not theirs, ours. There's 340 fucking million of us, and then there's like, 1,200 people who just feel exempt from having to contribute to anything. They don't have to do shit. They can just rule over us, and they just run everything. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 340 million versus 1,200. So if it's not helping the 340 fucking million, fuck them, bro. They are not on our fucking team. Go look up Citizens United in 2010, and it'll explain everything. They have sold us out. And unless you're willing to be a Massey or a Jayapal or a Ballant, this shit is going to continue. And honestly, the trajectory is much, much worse. We're headed for dire fucking times. Because not just, we're trying to be alarmist or whatever. No, they've removed all of the emergency brake in case of emergency shit. They sold it. Our emergency brakes have been disabled. Our emergency parachute has been sold on the internet. They are collapsing the dollar on purpose. They're trying to displace our farmers, who I have a very soft spot for, on purpose. 50% of the farmers who had a fucking crop in 2025 won't have one in 2026. This is intentional. If you care about fucking rural America, what the fuck, guys? Rural to suburban to urban. We can't let them just steal all of our shit. This is our place. This is our stuff. We grew up here. We make this place run. We make it interesting to even fucking be here. And you're just going to let them take it? For free? Hell no. Hell no. The question was, sorry, rant over. I'm Mikey Tim and I approve this message.
Back to politicians that we may or may not support. How do we feel about Rand Paul? I know we've talked about him before.
Rand likes to sit on the fence and let bad shit happen, though. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I think he's a very principled anti-war libertarian. However, I don't like a lot of the shit that he does.
In Kentucky, right?
Yeah. I think that he's one of those people who's good on positions, but I don't like the positions he takes. And I agree with his thoughts on drone strikes. That we shouldn't be doing them.
Right.
And that, the military should be held a bit more accountable for its actions.
Like Ron Paul.
Oh man, you can't like Ron Paul. He wrote some racist shit, man.
And again, and here's where the left and right, all the bullshittery is really exposed. I'm black. In case you guys are listening only. I'm a black dude. Why the fuck would I like the Clintons? Or Joe Biden? Or do you not know that about them? See, that's it. Like, if you're going to follow politics, you got to dig in like the last 10 elections. Don't just follow what Trump says and listen to the Fox News stuff. Go back and do a scrupulous review of each president and their campaign. There's YouTube videos all about each one of these presidencies. Look it up. They're all shit. And I'm telling you, since 2010, like, dude, no other fucking country has 18-month election cycles. Campaigns. Like, no one does that.
Yeah, it's insane. Our election cycles are insane.
And it's for cash because they want to sell ads. And they got to put out the flyers. And they got to get the donations. And they got to do no one else does shit like this. It has never been like, what was it? How many billions of dollars were in the last?
$5
billion
Actually,
in the last.
That might be. Hold on. It's probably a lot more than that. Hold on.
Okay. Well, Tim's going to check. But just think about how much money was spent to get people to vote for either side when all they had to do was say what their platform was, and then people could just vote for it. But that's not what happens. We get hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of fucking, oh boy. I don't like that. I don't like that face.
Triple that number. So the presidential election alone was $5.3 billion. If you had all the congressional races, it's another $10 billion.
What are we talking about, guys? Like, the money has to get out of politics. Healthcare is a fucking right. People shouldn't be going fucking bankrupt. And the executive branch needs to stay the fuck away from the economy. These tariffs and bullshit are hurting people.
One.
Just uno.
Just one.
And again, we have laws. Law and order. Fine. Let's follow the laws as written. They're not doing it. And we just watched 2.5 hours of Pam Bondi not answering questions for when the law is not being applied. And you guys all saw for yourself all these people telling us that we're the ones that are brainwashed. We're the ones that are crazy. When it was all but one House member and unanimous consent in the Senate and signed by the president, release the files, 30 days, Where's our list of excuses for why things were redacted? They didn't even bring it up. That was supposed to be due a week after the 30 days. So that's got to be what, 38 days late too. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
I love the people that are disgusted by the people who voted yes in the poll. That is my favorite thing today.
And Citizens United and the Electoral College and enact ranked choice. I love that idea.
Yeah.
All three great ideas. And guess what? And guess how much money it costs to do all this shit? Nothing. And that's why
there's no change.
There's no money to be made in it. So why don't we just go ahead and get it done? Huh?
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Mean, at this point, it would be end McCutcheon versus FCC, like overturn McCutcheon overturn Citizens United, overturn Vallejo versus Buckley, and then end the Electoral College and enact ranked choice voting, because Citizens United is like the second or third step in the fucking plan. There's like 2 or 3 other Supreme Court cases that have just destroyed limits on contributions for people and for organizations. And also Buckley versus Vallejo is the one that ended the limits on independent expenditures and what you could spend political campaign money on, and so forth and so on. So there is a whole like tree of Supreme Court precedent that needs to be overturned to fix the money in politics problem.
And the things that we're advocating for, and some people in the chat are advocating for, are the middle of the road common sense things that people are demanding, but it never gets addressed. And after, I don't know, 3-4 elections where your concerns, the same ones that we all just discussed and shared, if they're not addressed, people check out.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. You can look at not even political science research, but sociological research, just researching how people act when politics happens to them. They turn off. It's a background noise for most people. Like everyone in this chat is engaged in a political discussion in one way or another.
Right. Or else they would have left by now.
Yeah. But most people, all they care about is like sports and fantasy leagues and watching whatever the new show is, and their lives, jobs, and school and all that stuff, like
reruns of Iron Chef.
Right. Like they don't care. They're apathetic, and it's becoming a growing problem. We were just discussing that more voters are becoming unaffiliated from political parties.
Right.
That's because the parties are driving them away with the amount of money and ads and all this shit that's coming at people all the time.
Corporate bullshit. Consultant corporate speak bullshit.
That's why we have fucking 20% turnout for local elections.
That's like, even in Alabama, they had like a huge special election. 50%.
Nobody wants to go out and vote. And like, listen, we're always talking about like big national shit. The shit that's important is your state and local government.
Yep. And then on top of that, Tim, to piggyback on that, people will look to the president or someone in DC to fix their local thing. And if their local thing doesn't get fixed, they blame it on the people in DC.
Exactly.
No, if you have local grievances, that's what your local government is supposed to be fixing for you. And you have much more sway. You can go to the fucking city council meeting. Like you can go sit in there and then put your name on the paper and then go up to the mic and say, hey, what the fuck? You were supposed to fucking cut the curb for that person over there who's supposed to have a wheelchair access. You were supposed to cut the curb for them so they could get up and down. You didn't fucking do that. There's stray dogs running all over the place. But instead of showing up to that meeting and getting in the face and getting, not aggressive, getting into conflict with the people who are actually responsible for making sure that they're doing their fucking job that you pay taxes for, because you're not getting out of paying taxes. I'm gonna let you know that. So if you're gonna have to pay taxes, the motherfuckers that are collecting that money better be on their best fucking behavior, because I guarantee you, if it was your job to fucking have a report on your boss's desk on Monday and you went on for 30 fucking days blaming everybody else in the fucking office, your ass would be fucking unemployed. You would not have a job. But for some reason, it is perfectly acceptable for us to just take that we don't get a functioning government. We just don't get them.
And so here is the biggest problem. Why can't you name the people who represent you?
There's a site for this. Hold on.
You can look it up.
Yeah.
On the internet. I think it's USA.gov. You can put your address into a little fucking searchy thing. It'll tell you who represents you all the way from president to mayor. If you don't know who represents you and you vote, that's a problem.
Okay. Copy and paste. Okay. Well, I mean, that hasn't stopped a lot of people from fucking arguing with you or me about fucking politics when they have no idea who their fucking reps are. So if you do not know who your representatives are, the website is www.congress.gov/members/find-your-member. The link is in the chat. I don't know if you'll be able to click it, but if you Google who's my representative or how do I find my representative, it'll be the first or second thing that comes up. That is the first fucking step.
And look at this. Trump represents me. Okay, but Trump is like, he's too busy for you.
He's like 16 tiers above where your problems are.
He's too busy for your bullshit. He doesn't even care. So
probably asleep right now.
You need to know who your senators are, who your House member is, who your governor is,
your
state legislator. Yeah. Like these are state legislature and local government is more important than fucking Donald Trump.
And that's like the guy was arguing with us last week about the fucking gas prices and why are the gases higher in Washington state than in Idaho? That is your state legislature. But he doesn't know that because he's just ready to believe that it's Trump's ability to lower it in Idaho. And it's like, that's not how any of this works, dude.
And
it's
listen,
embarrassing.
I work for a congresswoman, and I know that like most things that get sent or most phone calls that get made to these congress people are just logged and then people move on with their day. But if there is enough people saying the same thing, it forces these congress people to have an opinion on it. It forces them to act. Because if enough people say the same thing at them, then they know that they have to say something about it. And act, because I've seen it happen when fucking Doge was going crazy and Elon Musk was in charge of all that shit. We got hundreds of phone calls about Elon Musk and the fact that he needed to be stopped, and it was everyone. And the congresswoman was like, "Well, we got to do something." Like we're keeping a tally on how many phone calls were about Elon Musk, and it was hundreds. And that's one district. So you can only imagine every single district in the country, how many phone calls they were getting. And it does force people and local government's even better. Just show up at a town council meeting or or if your mayor is giving a speech, show up. Listen to what they're talking about. MAGA and the Democrats and Republicans are at the national level is not the be all end all of politics.
Right. And I think that's part of the problem with this fucking corporate political system that they got going is everything gets funneled through Fox News or MS Now or whatever it is. No, motherfucker, you got to go to your city or state, look for their YouTube channel, because during COVID, they had to put all of their meetings, which are required by law, to be open to the public. And since people cannot show in public, they had to get a YouTube page. Look to see if your town has a YouTube page so you can watch your city council meetings. I'm going to go to fucking Illinois pretty soon down to Springfield because their fucking meetings should be on the internet. I shouldn't have to fucking drive to fucking Springfield to see what my state reps are saying. I should be able to watch it from home.
Yeah.
Y'all got cameras.
They should have cameras and they should be able to broadcast it. Like, especially like after COVID, nobody could attend those meetings.
Right. But we, as the public, as the taxpayer, it is written into the state constitution that that meeting needs to be available for us to watch, so we can hear and see what the fuck they're up to and see what they're talking about and what they're not talking about.
I follow the towns that I live in. I follow their YouTube channels because, you know, they're always putting up. They have to. some towns, they put it legally. They have to put up all their public meetings. And as long as they have a camera system, they have to put all their public meetings so that everyone can see. And the town I live in, the mayor also has like discussion sessions where he takes questions and whatnot from YouTube. So like you can also enact this transparency by going to these meetings and saying, hey, why the fuck don't you have a YouTube channel? And why the fuck aren't these meetings open to as much of the public as possible? Because like I live in New England. New England, some of these meetings are like as many people as you can fit in the building. That's the people that get to vote on stuff.
Right.
And sometimes it's only 50 people. But if there's more transparency and more people go and watch these local government meetings, you're going to hold those people accountable too, because they're going to realize people are watching. And especially at the local level, when they know people are watching, they will fix shit.
They don't have a choice. But when they're hidden behind 6 layers of sycophants who are going to like muddy the water and then sane-splain everything he says and do all that, that is not government. That is drama. We don't want to participate in drama. We have a political system. It has been hijacked, and we as the voters must restore the republic. We must restore our shit. The fact that these Republicans, I mean, since Trump got in there, they stopped doing town halls.
Yeah.
And their voters allowed that shit.
They've been told by leadership to not have the town halls so they don't get yelled at because it's bad for their public perception. Our favorite is Nebraska Representative Mike Flood. That guy is hilarious.
We do not have unlimited money. Because when people and especially at the town halls and stuff like that, when we see the footage of those things, that's not paid agitators coming in. No, this is, driveway dads, a little bit of a gut with a polo. Maybe they're not wearing the red hat or not, but they just go in there and like, hey man, you said you were going to do this and then it didn't happen, but I assume that you're going to take care of it. Thanks for what you did this way, but da 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 da. And they ask their question. These are regular fucking normal folks. And then those people that you see up on these dioceses all the time, they have to answer those people because those are their actual constituents. And like Tim said, they shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson said, no more town halls.
Yeah.
Don't do them no more. Don't do them.
And there was
a
handful of them. There was a handful of them who still did it and they got fucking yelled at. And Mike Johnson was like, see what you did.
So their current policy position, I think this is the worst thing I've seen today.
John Fetterman for
God, that guy.
You'd wake up one day and like his political views would be completely changed for no reason.
Strokes will do that. But they're actively hiding from you guys. They're going to do shit that's going to hurt your life, and then they're going to hide from you. And you don't have a recourse. Don't agree. If you're going to fucking vote for some shit, you need to have a town hall.
Yeah.
And explain to the people why you voted that way and let them air your ass out if necessary. If you need to take a tongue lashing from your constituents because you voted against what they wanted, they have a fucking right to read you for filth, to cuss you the fuck out because they disagree. That's what the First Amendment's for. Redressing your government.
For grievances.
We're allowed to do that. And if you just say, oh, well, we have to just fall in line because I don't want the blue team to win. The red team is also responsible for doing what you fucking tell them to do. They're not allowed to be your boss. You run this shit. You are in charge.
All right, Mikey. Brain tired.
You're in charge.
Yelling. Brain tired. Too much yelling.
My brain
Go home now.
My brain permanently broken. So
is Reagan Elite still doing a show that we can fucking
I'm looking right now to see who's live.
Dump out to?
So thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We love you, even if you're wrong. A lot. about almost
Although
everything.
I see some healthy conversation going on in the chat. There's some good stuff happening there.
What happened?
I said there's a little bit of healthy conversation happening in the chat. There's some good stuff happening there.
I think the main vision for this show is to get people to understand that they need to be on their side.
Yeah.
Over a left or a right side, you need to be on your side. I think Tez is still live. Maybe? Nope. Let me refresh. It told me it was live and then it went away.
Do we only read opinions we agree with? All right.
No.
I take back what I said about the healthy conversation happening in the chat.
No,
I take back everything that I said about the chat. That was nice.
We literally have been arguing with people for almost 4 hours now. So yes, we take shit from people that don't agree with us. Hate to break it to you. Where the fuck is he? I can't spell. I can't spell. What's going on tonight, Tim?
Oh, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we'll be doing Unboxed, which is a little bit more of a relaxed show. We got more of a fun vibe. We're going to review some clips of politicians and rate them and make fun of them a bit and have a good time.
Can I just not spell? Why can I not spell Reagan Elite?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Homegirl just got busted. I kept telling her. Climbing on the furniture, and then Kristen just came home and she busted. See, I told you not to do it.
But yeah, come watch that. It's a good time. We won't take too much of the chat shit in that show though.
I think they're all gone. Hold please, Tim. We're gonna find somebody to fucking raid out to because
oh no,
we're gonna find someone
everyone's already.
We started before a lot of people and we ended after a lot of people.
Yeah, this was a long show.
It's Pam Bondi's fault.
It is Pam Bondi's fault. That shit took forever.
If she was just honest, you know.
Get away. Get out of your Streamlabs bot. This was my first time in your guys' channel. I liked it. I've subscribed. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm talking to you.
A little thing you appreciate. Thanks for hearing us out and giving us a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, Chesh's. We'll go to Chesh.
Person who says Unboxed tonight if I'm awake.
Yeah, I love our UK people who are, man, y'all are some writers because I would not. Well, I would. Hey, thank you. I would totally be watching, but that's because I have a small child who doesn't let me sleep ever. Ever. As soon as I think I can take a nap, she just starts attacking me with toys, and I wake up with fucking teddy bears all over me.
Look at all the people that love us.
Well, they don't love us; they just want to watch more.
That's true. They want to watch us yell at the chat, and the chat yell at us, and it's a whole back and forth we do.
It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, redirect. Add.
It's all fine. We're good. I'm good. We're all good.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right, one done. Okay, and now for the second one. Okay, you guys are gonna go hang out with Cheshire Cat. She is, there we go, an old friend in the Canadian part of North America. Okay, we're all set up for the redirect. Patreon.com if you want to help sponsor this little engine that could. Not necessary. The best thing you can do for us is share with your friends, hit the like button, and always subscribe. So for Tim, for me, and for everyone at the Bin Podcast Network, we have one message for you. Drink your me. Tim, me.
Oh, I got hit. Okay.